Welcome to the Merry Boozers channel.
This is the first time I've ever known when we went live, actually. I'm always going, are we live yet?
Lori, can you throw our live chat up again? So, welcome guys to the Merry Boozers channel. I know we're unboxing the F-104 tonight, but we just wanted to say, it's back! All of its glory, it lives! So, we've been working today. Papa got here at
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. I was at church and he started working on the Storch. But the Storch is all back in one piece now after my oops. And it's ready to go again. So hopefully we'll be getting it out this week sometime and flying it. But it lives.
Yeah, it lives. And I was happy with the way it come out.
Yeah.
It wasn't that damaged. I mean, it had the bottom tore out of it and a little bit of this. The hardest part is putting that blasted landing gear back on.
The landing gear took us quite a while to figure out again because it was all bent and we had to straighten it all back out.
Oops. It'll drive you nuts.
But we got it all straightened out and figured out. And we also went on ahead and ordered us some Dubros?
Yep.
4-inch air-up tires for it. We figured why not.
We feel like it needs a little bit more suspension, even though it has the suspension struts. I think that it will help to have a little bit more cushion on the landing, since this plane is kind of heavy.
And the other thing, look how nice the Storch fits in our hobby room now.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits.
We're not over here doing this.
Hey, Dad.
So, yeah. Our new building room, which we've already broken in.
Yeah, we broke in the build room today with
this.
this.
Today. I actually used the room. The only thing is I've got to get some more organization so I can find stuff.
Yeah, we're slowly getting all the tools and everything moved into the new room.
We're going to start building these things more and more.
I guess we weren't going to talk about it, but I might as well now. We're currently working on another project, guys, that's going to be bigger than the Storch. We're working on a B-29. It's 140 inches. It's big, so that'll be a really exciting project. It's not going to be tomorrow or anything like that.
This will be.
But just as a teaser, we are working on one. It's going to be really a neat project, and we're really looking forward to it.
I think it'll be sometime
next year, if I had to guess.
Spring,
we might start on it. I don't see us finishing it by then.
I don't know. It's a big.
It's all scratch built. It's going to take a lot to get that done.
It's going to take a lot, and then we're talking about converting it from it.
Yeah, and originally it's a Dave. What the heck's the brand name of it? Dave something.
Keith or something.
I can't remember the name of the kit, but it was made for gasoline engines, of course, and we're going to make it all electric.
Just show you what you can do.
And Papa's going to get to definitely bust out his old monocoating skills, or we don't know how we're going to do it yet.
How we're going to cover it, or
that's
paint
all
it or whatever.
Still in the very future, but
let's just get it together first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last step, is to make it pretty, but
so
I mean, this thing's going to take. If I would have guessed this airplane, knowing what I did about Monaco, it'd probably take at least 20 rolls.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot.
If
so
you were to do Monaco,
I'm going to start moving the Storch out of the way because I know the guys are here to see the F-104 tonight. But as we said, it's all back in one big piece now.
We will hopefully. Always remember, this has to go towards us, right?
I can't remember.
To see it from the. Well, let's not do it that way yet. Let's do it this way.
Let's see. I think it
so
goes.
You can see it. Well, just look.
No, there it is. But
yeah, you got to make it
there.
look at us.
It goes like that.
When you look
there we
down
go.
At it.
All right, let's switch chairs real quick. Look at how fancy we are. We got 2 chairs too. Yeah. Craziness. So. Here it is, guys, what y'all came here tonight for. We've got our F-104 in front of us. I have always wanted this airplane. This has been one of those bucket list planes for me since I was a little kid. Never could have flew one back then, but I've always wanted an F-104. Thought it'd be
Of course, it was known as the man in the rocket.
The man in the missile, the Widowmaker, and all kinds of names.
And the lawn dart.
The lawn dart, yeah. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. We did go with the silver scheme instead of the green scheme on ours. But I'm really looking forward to this airplane.
We didn't get the big one.
We didn't get the big one. I wanted the 90 millimeter, couldn't afford it, so I went with the 70. But it actually worked out good because our buddy Rich Baker, the RC Informer, is doing the 90 millimeter right now. We are going to have him on a little later on the show. He's been working on his this week, so hopefully he can give us a little update on maybe some of the stuff that he's been doing on his 90 millimeter, and it'll be neat to see the two of them. So I don't see a lot of guys reviewing the F-104s for some reason, but maybe it's because they're not as crazy as us.
Another thing we want to mention is that we have I don't know if Lori's ready for me to say this or not, but we've been promising a Boozer shirt.
Right. Have you got that ready yet, Lori?
So Lori put that up on the Teespring store today or yesterday. And she's going to bring it to you.
Yep,
so,
there you go.
We had a request, so she's done the Boozer.
Yep, this is the new. This is the official Mary Boozer Squadron patch on the front there. That was actually the squadron patch of the Mary Boozer, and then on the back we did the B-24 with
the nose art.
The nose art, yeah.
There you go.
So we've been getting asked for that a lot, so we did make it today. The link for the shirt store should be in the description, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Okay, so
the only thing I'm going to say is we listen to people when
we
they
have
say
had a
they
lot of
want
comments
something.
about that.
So we're trying to get it to you as fast as we can. It took us a little while to do that, but you know, you got to get those things in line to get them ready. And of course, I didn't have to do anything, but Lori, it took her quite a while. That Boozer patch is not the easiest thing in the world. It's probably the hardest one that I reproduced out of everything I've done is that particular one because it's just really detailed.
I see Phone Boy RC was asking, is that the Viper tail behind me? Yes, it is. Our buddy Kevin, the crash, decided to fly it into a tree full throttle, so that was the end of the Viper jet. But, hey, you know what? He's got to keep his name earned, right?
Yeah, knowing Kevin, he's probably got another one.
He probably does by now, yeah. The F-16's over there, too.
Is Kevin?
Kevin's in here.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin.
There you go. Hey, Kevin. Always good to have you in here, brother.
Yep.
One day you got to come live with us.
Yep.
Even though he don't want to.
He don't want to. He don't even want to be on the videos. We've snuck him in one or two.
Any plans to scoop the 90mm F-104 Dave Bladson? I want the 90mm, but I couldn't afford it right now. But we do have Rich coming on later on the show, and he has the 90mm right now, so he's going to be updating us on that one.
So yeah, so good news is we're bringing you both
We're
sizes
gonna have both,
tonight,
so yeah.
and you can ask questions.
And it'll be neat to see him flying too, because
Yep.
we're going to be flying the 70 and he's going to be flying the 90. If it's like a lot of the other ones, the 70's probably going to fly better. It's lighter.
It has happened that way.
It has happened that way. The 60,
really
the F-16 70mm, I think
It's
flies
kind of
better
like
than
when
the
I
90.
said last night I had decided to go for my Warbirds and get away and go to the 6S 5000
Mm-hmm.
or the 1700 Warbird. But I didn't mean all of them. I just
Right.
mean I have a few 1450s.
That are, yeah, you like your 1200mm
Yeah, they fly
E-flite.
4S 3600 packs, and you know so we've got so much 5000 stuff now.
You can't get rid of all of them.
No, but Ryan said, oh, how about that Tossin Boss? You almost made me buy.
Right.
I tell you what, guys, for the bucks, for the money,
Yeah,
y'all go back to the video.
the little hand toss planes are a ball.
I mean, I really enjoy them, so I will
Open
not
the
get
box.
rid of my Tossin Boss airplanes. I mean, those are just fun stuff.
I already see it popping up on the screen. They're saying open the box. So let's
Open
keep
the
talking,
box.
but let's get the box going.
Well,
So,
this is-
Lori, top shot up. You can keep talking
No,
to it. I'm going to start getting it into it. So, hey, we got our top shot back.
I'm going to tell you guys, if you haven't invested in some of those little, invest $129 or $100 and get you one of those Tossin Boss airplanes. You won't go wrong.
I was just trying to show them the box top real quick. All right, guys, we're going to slide the box top off. And I'm going to move this out of the way.
I always use the box to tell you everything about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want
Let me see that so I can tell them all.
Here we go.
All the questions about it. Maybe I got them here.
All right, so right out of the box, let's go with the manual. Oop, yep. Hey, there we go. It's kind of weird on camera sometimes. So just show you, there's the manual. Standard manual. Ta-da.
I'll take that out.
There you go.
This is all I can do right here. Let Wesley do the rest of it.
That's right.
And you
We
never-
got some foam, some packing material.
and he's never got a knife.
So here we go. We've got the battery hatch. Already has the antenna stuck in it. Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
good.
I'm gonna figure this out eventually on which way is left and right.
Looking good, Lucy.
All right. Anyway, let's see.
Now this is made by who?
This is a Freewing.
It is a Freewing.
Motion RC makes this airplane, guys. We will get everything out of the package. I'm just showing you how it comes right out. We've got our tip tanks. It's over here. Yep. Tip tanks.
No, I never did understand how this airplane flew with those little stubby wings. I mean,
It is
always
funny how
amazed
small
me
they are.
How they could fly with those little stubby wings, and then stick all those big ass tanks out on that little stubby wing, and it just never did.
Am I going too fast right now? I'm just getting it all out of the box. Here's your nose cone.
Here's your
Plastic tip.
plastic tip. Everybody wants to know if it's plastic tip. It is.
There's your nose cone, guys. Magnetic.
This, and it might be. I've heard other people say it's not as hard to fly as it.
I have
looks.
heard a lot of guys saying that this one doesn't fly like what you'd think it would fly like. Not as hard, I should say, to fly.
But now, last week, Rich talked about it a little bit. They've designed the wings on this thing
We'll come
not
back
like
to
the
this in a
real
second.
one. So you're getting more flight characteristics out of the wing.
Your tail?
They've
We will get everything out of plastic here in a second, guys. Just for the time being, I'm getting everything out of the box so we can get rid of the box. Now, here's the funny thing. You saw the tail right then. Here's the wing. Look how little this is.
can't get it out.
There it goes. Look at the wing. My hand's almost as big as the wing. Pretty cool.
It's looking at it is.
Yeah, the quality is there, guys.
Just like what you
It's-
always get from
it's your
Motion
Freewing
or
quality.
Freewing quality.
And we'll get everything out of the package here in just a second. Like I said, I'm just getting it out. Your tail. Because I know you guys like to see up close the parts and details.
I don't know exactly.
Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way.
Looks like it takes 4 bolts to put the wings
Right,
on.
it's going to be a fast build like always.
And it looks like you glue the vertical
Ow,
on.
ow, ow, ow. I just kicked the chair and y'all all missed that, but it hurt. Ow. Oh, it's already open. Whoops. Ah, man, that hurt. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do this
Sorry
up here.
guys, I'm going to sit here. Bubba's been up all day working on that Storch, so my back's giving me a little
Oh,
problem
man,
now.
that did not feel good. Hey, turn around and grab the stand for me, Dad. All right, guys, so here it is coming out of the plastic.
Oh, this one.
Get up close for you to see it. I mean, it's a beautiful jet. This is an earlier Freewing model. This isn't one of their newest ones. So I can definitely tell a little bit difference in it. But it's still a beautiful model.
Yep. It
All
is.
the stickers pre-applied right out of the box.
And it says it flies on. It's got an ESC 60 in it, 12 blade ducted
What is
fan.
the...
What's the skill level?
I would say skill level on this one's going to be more on the advanced pilot level, guys. I don't think this is going to be one you're going to want to fly from not knowing what you're doing. I think you're going to want to really have flying down pretty pat on this one. Oh, what's that green dot on there for?
Is
that actually supposed to be there?
Is this the standard upgraded version or the deluxe version?
I have no idea. What's the difference?
4S, 6S.
Oh, this is 6S.
So it must be.
This is the deluxe version then. I couldn't imagine this on 4S. It must be really light, really
Gyro?
slow. Huh?
Gyro.
No gyro. Yeah, no. The 90mm, guys, is the one that comes with the gyro pre-installed. On this one, you can see all the leads right there. No gyro on this one.
Oh, the deluxe version has an 80 amp ESC. The standard or the upgrade version only has a 60 amp ESC.
As far as I know, they only make one version of this now.
Okay, well, I'm just reading
Anyway,
the box here.
He's reading off the box, though. I'm going to go on and stick the nose cone on, too, since we're right here.
So,
And there it is with the nose on it.
what size of battery?
Probably about a 3,000, 3,500, or
It
4,000.
doesn't say on here.
That's going to probably be your
I'm
batteries.
I'm just looking at the box. It doesn't say on the box.
I'm probably going to fly this on our 3,500 RC Jetworks batteries.
What size of, how big of, have you showed them the compartment
Yeah, it's
where
on
the
top
battery
there.
goes?
It's right there. I think you're going to have a 3,000.
Okay.
We'll get the wings open for you guys. I have the skizzers. There they is. Okay. Dad, you see that?
You might need to switch places, Poppy. It's quiet.
There you go. Come stand over here by the microphone is what she's saying. She's trying to be sneaky right now and say, Dad, move over by the microphone because nobody can hear you.
I don't know what all that is. I can actually read that, though.
Anyway, here's the wings, guys. USAF. No steps pre-applied. Let's see if you can hear Dad now if he stands by the microphone.
Well, I'm standing right underneath it.
Can y'all hear Papa better now?
I don't need to hear Papa.
There you go, guys. There's the bottom of the wing.
Y'all want to look
They're
at the
hinged.
airplane.
Hinged on all of our control surfaces. Ooh, and they're still stiff. Yeah.
Lori didn't tell me about all the sneaky stuff I can read on the screen.
Now, I didn't see... I know there's a carbon spar. I must have missed it. It must still be in the box. It's right over there. Because I was going to put the wings on real quick, but if you'll grab the spar, I'll put the wings on it. I bet we can kind of piece it together. It'll be a little black spar. There it is, yep. So did anybody fly anything cool this week? I've seen Dave's RC has been working on his super gigantic P-51. Right as it comes out the box in the plastic, guys. Trying to give it to you. I don't know what the weird lines are that are showing up right now. I have no idea. Once again, you can see the hinges right there. I like being able to show you guys the up close like this so you can really see what the airplanes look like. I mean, the foam texture on it, let's see, I'm trying to get to, come on, focus up, baby. There it goes. The foam is, I mean, very dense on this. You can see there's not a lot of dots or anything where it's very smooth. The only way I know to show you that, sticker's got a little bit of an imperfection here, but it's nothing bad. I mean, it's hard to see that. I mean, when I'm standing here, I don't see it. That camera's picking it up, though. You can see it.
It's as good looking as a
little
20-year-old
imperfection.
prom queen.
That's right. A what?
18-year-old prom queen.
We were about to say, what are you talking about, Papa? He's making some dirty things over here.
I said it was just as good looking as an 18-year-old prom queen.
18, okay.
I said
Let's
20.
see.
What's 20?
Do these go in both sides, or is
I
it
don't
just
have
one?
a clue.
You had
Yeah.
a request.
Okay.
Show the end of the wings.
Now, wait a second. That's got to go through all of them, huh? Is there another one of these?
Nope, that's all. That's all
Something ain't
there
right.
is.
Show
Two
the
of them.
end of the wings? Somebody was asking to see the end? There you go.
I guess
It actually it has two screw down points right here, and that's this keys in over the screws right there. Let's see. Can you see that? This is very difficult, but there's actually two holes, and that will key in over the holes like that to hold on the tip tanks. There you go. I'm trying to figure out, I think there should be two spars. I don't think I've got enough spars here. Yeah, that didn't go in very far.
Sorry.
Something doesn't seem right. Or maybe I'm just hitting on something. I don't know. But there's a spar.
There's a short one.
Well, that should, unless it goes in this hole. Maybe I'm putting it in the wrong hole. Giggity.
Read the instructions.
I don't have the
No,
instructions.
who needs the
What are you
instructions?
talking about? Instructions? I can't figure it out right now, guys. I'm going to try and put this together later, but for now, what we're going to do is just slide this
Where is
on.
it? They're behind me.
Oh
Let me
no.
read these things right quick.
I was trying to kind of slide it together real quick. I know that spar's going to go in the wing somehow.
Can't read Chinese.
What?
Well, I can at least read cursive.
There we go. I can't. There we go. Alright. Now I can slide these in. Oh, there is a little spar right there. Maybe that's just this spar. I don't know. We'll figure out the spars in a minute when I actually get to read the instructions, guys. But for now,
Well, the little one goes in the
Just gonna
tail
slide
up,
this
up this way.
okay.
And darn if it says it.
These actually have spars. Well, anyway, just for now, just so you get a look at it. So the wings are actually very tiny for as long as this airplane is. I just want you to be able to see it. You know what I mean? Alright, here we go. Na, 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 na. Look at that tail. Ta-da! Like I said, I'm just trying to slide it together kind of tonight for you guys. Oh, dang, there ain't no spar over here. I don't know how to hold that on. Just so you can get the look of it. Well, I'm going to have to actually put that on with glue. I can't just slide it on there. Did you get it already slid open?
Kinda. Rip it open.
You didn't slide it open very much.
Well, I thought you could pull it apart.
There you go. So I think that the tail actually glues in. I'm fairly sure.
And then there's a spar that goes up.
Right, like that. And then like that. But I don't know if I can put all this in here where it'll actually stay for now. For the prettiness of showing all our viewers what it all looks like. And well, I can't do it. Sorry, can't key it all together, guys. But here it is. There's the tail.
Here's the pedo tube.
Just so you can see it. Once again, it is hinged. You can see the hinges right there. Ta-da! Our tail, now that it's out of the box. Tail does have a little bit of gaitering on it. If you get up real close to it. I mean, it's just the way the foam is. This one, I think, was around the same time as the F-86. If any of the guys that have in here have had the F-86 before, this one feels like the same kind of foam they did the F-86 out of.
And have we put up the price on this thing yet?
I have no idea.
Lori normally has it a page from Motion's web thing.
Oh, I didn't know she did that.
We'll get there in a minute, guys.
There you go. There's that for now. Aside from that, you got the tip tanks, which we showed you a second ago. We'll just get in there real close. I know y'all like that real close up. Look at it. It does have a little lightning bolt on the side of the tip tanks too.
It's really nice graphics.
Oh, it's a
on the
good looking
airplane.
airplane,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, just like
And you
any
guys,
Freewing
you can
airplane,
imagine
it's
it
got-
with the tip tanks on it.
You don't have to put the graphics on this. It comes out of the box.
Comes out of the box with the stickers. Imagine that it'd be a little longer, of course, too. Or you can front view. I think we've got everything about out of the box now, too. I could probably put a little piece of tape on it. Hang on. I'll put a little piece of tape on the inside and I'll hold it on there. It won't hurt it at all. Yeah, the show tonight. There we go. I mean, just kind of set that.
I don't think that sits in there. You guys get rid of these. There you go. Almost.
Kind of, sort of. I know we're not building it right now, but just a piece of it. Plunk. I'm not gonna put the spars in it or nothing right now until we actually put it
That
together.
would probably hold it straight up. Goes in there somewhere. The spar goes.
It does,
No, that's what I thought I seen
I don't
in
think
that
so.
instruction book.
unless it goes up in here somewhere.
No.
I don't know.
Anyway,
We're not ready to put it together right now. There. Ta-da!
it goes from the top.
It goes from the top. There you go. Whatever. Alright, let's sit down here. Hey. Look! We built it.
Close enough.
We don't have the spars in it yet or anything, but just for the sake of the show tonight, guys, we got the airplane kind of put together for you so you can see it. Always wanted this airplane.
The other thing you wanted was the MiG
Yeah, the MiG. I've always wanted that MiG. Is it a 21?
21.
The blue and white one on Motion RC. I've always had my eye on that one. And now I have a couple extra fan units, and I may end up getting the kit version of it so that I can have it. So Lori's got the show up here. What is this? Don't forget something. She's trying to talk to me. I don't. Oh no. Okay. Do you want to throw that over real quick, or are you getting it ready still?
It's ready.
Ta-da! There it is. There's our product video, guys. Our product page. So the airplane is $249 as it's sitting here in front of us. It does come in a camouflage version, or as you see it in front of us, in the silver version. Excuse me. I went with the silver. I think it reminds me more of the Right Stuff and the movies that you saw the F-104, and it was always silver. I know that in Vietnam they used them in the green, but for me, the movies that I always remember seeing an F-104 in was a silver airplane. So I really liked it.
Well, and then back at the town that I was born in actually had an Air Force name, called, Air Force Base, and it was called Webb Air Force Base, and it was a training base. But in the early '60s, they had interceptors for making sure that nobody snuck up from Mexico. So they had 4 of these at Webb Air Force Base. And I remember these things would break the sound barrier all the time. And I don't know, when I was in school, I don't know how it kept from breaking the glass out of the windows in that school, because they would just rattle them. And but I remember
Different
these
times.
things. I remember these things as a kid. They were, you know, these planes came out in the, I'm going to say late 50s, and was active all the way maybe to the 60s is when these things were the most active. I guess there was when the Right Stuff somewhere, you know, mid 50s through the 60s.
Somebody's asking if I can put a servo tester in it and make this landing gear cycle. I
Yeah.
probably can. They should all be hooked up. I don't know where my servo checker is though.
He's moved everything.
Yeah,
Believe me, I can't
we've been
find
trying to
anything.
move.
Are
Hang
you
on a
kidding?
second. I'll go over here real quick and see if I got one right
Are
now.
you kidding? Dead space. Here I am. I'm still here. Don't.
Better news, I did have a servo checker.
Hey, you got a battery?
I got it. So let me grab a battery. Oh,
Anything you guys want, we try to give you.
So somebody was wanting to see the landing gear come out on it, and I guess we could set it on the table then. Let me find the landing gear pot.
So
You're gonna find out with me if they work. Landing
we
gear.
forgot who asked for the boozer shirt, the real boozer shirt.
Dave Kowalski.
Dave
He
Kowalski.
said he already ordered it.
All right, Dave.
Sweet.
Thank you, Dave. A lot of hard work
Let's see.
went into that, so we do
Negative.
appreciate
Don't
it.
put it in backwards, or these things do catch on fire. It's really fun. Hey, bingo! I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to show that better. Can y'all see the landing gear going up and down right now? I have no idea.
I could probably do this.
Yeah, you're gonna,
Oh yeah, there you go. Make it bigger. Here you go. No?
You're gonna go up on it.
They go forward.
No, I know, but the
Okay, you ready? Here we go. What?
okay, I'm good.
Here they come down again. Look at what we do to accommodate you. Heck, I might as well leave them down for now. Ta-da! But there you go.
Do they want a bottom view?
It'd be hard to turn it over right now because we got everything
Yeah,
sitting in it.
So loose.
It may set. I wonder if it'll set on its own landing
No,
gear
I
now.
imagine it will.
Or if it's too tail heavy. Nope. Hang on, let me put a battery in the nose. Ta-da! There we go. So if you were wondering, if you set it on the bench without a battery, like most jets. But there you go. Hey, it's on its own feet even.
Got one of these.
Yeah, I don't know where that goes. There's
Probably
some
goes
kind of a...
Normally in the
Probably
right
goes in
there
here somewhere. Yeah, it does. It goes right
That's
there.
right.
There's a little dorsal fin thing that goes
in
underneath
that
it too.
Gazetta over there.
Anyway, guys, I think it's an awesome airplane.
You
Beautiful.
gotta tell them about this.
We got a little bag of screws and stuff. You got your wing bolts, and I think it's the rod for the elevator because all the other rods are already on it. So you get to put one control rod on. It's just such a difficult build.
I'm telling you.
I don't know if we'll be able to do this one tonight or not.
I'm telling you.
I think this is one of those 10-minute put it together at the field and go fly kind of things. I mean, it's that easy. Does have the wire landing gear. I do have the F-16 suspension landing gear. I might put them in this. I think they're going to fit the same on this airplane as they did on the F-16. So I may put the suspension struts off of that onto here. I'll have to look at them and see if they fit or not, but I think I might do that because literally this is one of the airplanes that I have always been after. I have a feeling it's going to be terrible ground handling. It's going to probably tip over really easy if you hit the rudder. But it
is what it is.
It is what it is. But I mean, guys, you can see the wings. Look how long it is, but then look how little the wings are. I mean, they're tiny.
It's got a flat bottom wing on it with a
Yep.
dihedral in the top. I mean, the wings are just flat on
Yep.
the bottom.
They say turn it over so they can see the gear up close from the top.
Well, guys, hang on. I
It's
got to
not-
take everything
I
off.
know
of
it's not
it.
fully together.
Hang on a
You
second.
hold your end, I'll hold mine.
Here, just let me take the tail off to show you the bottom. And y'all probably want to see the gear going up and down with it upside down. So just give me a second to set it all up right, and I can do it. That might
leave that on there.
stay on there. Okay, let me get everything ready here, and we'll do it one more time for you. It's the last time tonight we're going to run the gear for you, though.
We do whatever you guys want to see, almost.
Let's see. Hang on. I got to make sure I hook this up right, because if you hook these up wrong, they burn up.
Smoke.
If you let the magic smoke out, they quit working. All right. Let's see. All right, Lori, top shot us. And Dad, I'm going to go around, let's see. Can you go around that side? They won't be able to see it. No, because it's from the top.
Okay, that's right.
Hang on. All right.
Okay, so what am I going to do? Flip it over?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. There you
I
go.
didn't want to go up
And
here. I can't see it.
it's okay. Come right there and a little back.
There you go.
Oh, we're losing the
okay.
tail.
That's okay. I didn't want to holding on to the
Hang
tail.
on. I got it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So is that where we
Nope. I just dropped the tail.
want? Is that where we want?
Yep. All right, you ready, guys? Hey. And out. Ta-da. Y'all want it one more time? There you go. I'm going to unplug. All right. And I dropped the tail. Dang it. The things we do for you guys.
No more than you carrying it to the field first time.
That's right. I'll ding it the first time I carry it to the field anyway. Putting it in the car probably. That's how it normally goes. Hold that for a second while I throw a battery in it. There we go. Got it looking pretty. So, anyway, I'm digging it, guys. Like I said, I've always wanted it. I love how small the wings are. It just cracks me up. Look at it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how it flies.
Oh.
That was one that always amazed me.
Or are you running off too? Getting his
this
soda
over
pop.
here.
Hey, hand me mine too.
I changed.
Nothing
positions.
like a Publix cream soda for us Floridians. Publix brand. Gotta love it. Oh, so anyway, what do we got on here? Don't know something. I'm trying to read all the comments, guys. They fly by all night long.
I can't read that. Papa's too old. I can't read that. No
we
way.
were trying. We've got our
No
screen
way.
over there to where maybe Dad can read them, maybe
You
he
move
can't.
that thing about another 10 feet over here, I might be able to see it.
So there was somebody just asking if Rich is coming on tonight. Yes, probably in a few minutes. I wanted to get ours out of the box so we could talk F-104s whenever Rich came on tonight. Let me shoot him a text. It's about time for him to get on here anyway. And we'll get him in the show also. So let me give him a text real quick.
So we mentioned about our new shirt. We got that done. What else was we going to... I'm trying to think of everything we were going to mention to everybody. So I guess that's it. I don't remember.
I don't know.
You talked about our
We've got
future project.
Yeah, we've got Fall Nall coming up at the end of the month. Mrs. Boozer actually got off for Fall Nall now, so she will be there also. We will be at the Motion RC hangar the entire time. And I need to get my headphones so I can actually hear Rich when he comes. Oh no! Here we go. You want some?
Sure.
There's no classy way to do this here. All right, you got to get up close. We got to act like we like each other.
Yeah, act like you love each other.
It's going to be an act.
We're gonna pop the new shirt back up
All right.
again so new people.
Anyway. Some guys are still asking about the new shirts. So Lori's going to pop that up on the screen. Rich said he's got a new microphone tonight, so everybody, hopefully it works good for him. Hopefully our microphone's been working good tonight. We've been having some issues with it in the past, but I've really been trying to get it fixed. It's hung off the ceiling again. It seemed to not have any issues when it was. So Lori's got it on the screen there. That's the Pathfinder shirt for you guys. The Pathfinders were the squadron that the Mary Boozer was in. One of them. But that is, we actually have the real deal patch sitting here somewhere. I don't know where it is right now.
I took it out to the truck.
Oh, Dad already put it up.
So I can take it home.
We definitely need to get that. We need to get the
Okay.
book over here to show all the guys the actual pictures from it. So
Well, I mean, we did do a.
we did, but it's been a while ago, and I'd like to do one like this where we're sitting here.
Yeah,
We've
we
got the
just
top shot. We just hold the book out there
kinda
now for
give
guys
you
to see it.
I mean, the ones that we did, I think, was a little lengthy, and we lost.
We were
a
still
lot of
learning
people,
what we were doing back then too.
And I mean, I think we gave a good history of both the airplane and of my dad, but then again,
Yeah, we'll
not
get it.
everybody likes to see that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
we want to be something that's different than everybody else, so that's why we wanted, and we also wanted to maybe do some more history about other airplanes too.
Right. So, guys, if there's any question about the F-104 tonight, let us know. Like I said, we're getting another guest in, and we will have the 90mm on the show here in just a second for you guys to talk about that too. Anyway, it was just a thought I had. It'd be neat to show those pictures again,
Sure.
and maybe be able to just be off the cuff, sitting here talking like this about it. And
For you guys that don't and maybe don't know why we named this Mary Boozer channel, is that was the nose art on the B-24 that my dad flew on in World War II, and that we decided to honor. There were actually 2 crews that flew on the Boozer. One that was before my dad's crew. So the Boozer did make it through one crew, and then it changed over to my dad's crew. And I'm almost positive that the Boozer, my dad was crashed on one airplane, so the Boozer probably didn't make it. I never did ask him that question, but that's how we come out with Mary Boozer.
Yeah.
It was to honor those 2 crews that flew on the Boozer. So that's how that all come about, just so you know.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, it's been really cool. I'm glad to see the Storch is back in one piece also. Dad worked real hard on it today and got that all put back, so that's going to be awesome to get that back up in the air so we can finally kind of redeem ourselves from that. Also, we have another neat video coming up. So Dad had built a scratch-built Pete and Paul a long time ago. Well, Don built it. But
man built it, yeah.
Anyway, we had converted that to electric. So we have a 9-foot Pete and Paul that we flew this week, and we got the film on it, and that'll probably be coming out on Wednesday of this week.
This man is no longer with us, but I want to mention his name. His name was Don Lindsay, back in my hometown of Big Spring, Texas, and he was just a tremendous RCer, and he could build anything and everything. And he took it to, a lot of people would buy kits, but he would scratch build them. I mean, he'd just get the plans and build something that way. So, but Don, this plane that we're going to video or have a release on Wednesday, right, Wesley, was built in like 95 or something. There was actually 3 of them built. And 2 of them I know survived. Mine and another one back in my hometown survives today. I don't know what happened to the 3rd one, but this is what I like you to see. This video this is something you can do if you find an old big wooden plane, and there's probably going to be a lot of them out there you could probably buy for a little or nothing. But this is before I did this 6 months ago, before we was even thinking about video.
It's actually been over a year ago now, funny enough. This is our year anniversary this month.
Yeah, well, time goes by.
Time flies when you're having so much fun.
I mean, Wesley says, hey, Dad, I got this motor at a swap meet. You want to try to do something with it? So this airplane originally flew on a 124 stroke and flew very well, but it had been setting for quite a while, and I didn't really want to get back into the gas thing because it just takes a lot of stuff, and it was just not the right time for me to go back into gas. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to try to convert this over. And it come out to be very good.
It flies really good. You'll see it this week. Like I said, we've got the video all done up for it.
It's a little bit smaller motor than the Storch has on it in KV, and I can't remember exactly. But it can run a lot of these motors, electric motors, and the Storch mentioned it too. You can either fly it on 6-sail, 8-sail, 10-sail, or 12-sail, right?
Yes.
So, it's just what kind of power you need to get the horsepower you need is what they're trying to tell you. We're flying the Pete and Paul that we're talking about on one 6S 5000, and it's just a little underpowered, I would say.
It's not terrible. And guys that are wanting to know, Rich is still coming on right now. We're just having some issues with his camera right now, so we are getting him in. You do have a question right now, too, Papa.
I can't read it.
Question to Papa Boozer. Has he ever heard of a B-24 carpet bagger?
Yes. I've heard of the carpet bagger. Now, what squadron it was with, but I have seen it somewhere. I don't know exactly all the history of the carpet bagger, but yes. Somewhere I have seen that plane. But
anyway.
I can't give you any history of it.
Anyway. We don't know what's going on with Rich right now. Sorry. We're trying to get him in, guys, but anyway.
But I'm just trying to get it. You guys just figure out that you
don't
can do
have to right
something
now. I'll tell you what
with these old wood planes and convert them over, and we'll probably do a little bit of a set down with that plane after the video's out. Maybe we might have it one night and kind of show you what I did. It wasn't that hard of conversion. I mean, it really was. It had a big hatch for the gas tank right in the back of the fuse, so it made it really easy to put the battery in there. And then I just made a different firewall in the front from the old gas firewall, built it to where the motor would come out correctly where it would match up to the front, and it probably took me 4 or 5 hours to do it. So, I mean, I wish you guys, especially the guys that have never tried to work with wood, to understand that it's just all you got to do is grit your teeth and say I can do it, and you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on this where I put the Storch back together. Since I didn't have any covering, the original covering, to put it back, what I would have done is tore this down a whole lot more than I did, but I didn't have any covering. So what I did was I actually kind of did a reconstruction of all the broken parts so I could use the covering and it come out pretty good. I mean, you can stand if you stand back 5 feet from it, you can't tell it. But that's just part of being. But if I really wanted to do it really correctly, and I had the covering, I would have tore a lot more of the sheeting off and recovered it that way. But what I'm trying to get over to you guys, there's always ways to skin a cat.
Yep.
And you come out with the same results. The end result is to put the airplane back where you can enjoy it. And I knew something. I mean, that was where I came from a long time ago. You spent so much time, you just didn't want to throw it in the trash can. I think we're ready to go.
All right, yeah. So guys, welcome on the RC Informer, Rich Baker. He's coming in today, working on his 90mm version of this same plane in front of us. Looks like he's been flying an A-10 this week too.
Yep.
Turn him up, Lori. We can't hear him.
Yep.
If our volume's off. I think we lost him. Oh no!
We did this you did this last week too.
Technology. Oh, he's back. There he is. I still can't hear him though.
No,
You're
can't
very
hear you.
quiet, Rich.
Hear me?
Yeah,
How about now?
There we go. You're coming up more by the minute.
How about now? Yeah, let me hang on a second. Maybe it's the position of my
Yeah,
mic.
your volume seems not.
Tried a new mic today.
Lori,
Hang
are we
on.
turned up very loud either?
Yeah.
Like our headset?
How about now?
Like the actual volume.
Oh.
What was it at? All right, say something, Rich. All right, I can hear you now. Good.
Is
Yeah.
that better?
Technical difficulties.
Okay, but you
Yeah,
got
we
it
got
okay
you
now,
now.
right? Okay, good. Yeah, I just went on a wireless mic, so I'm not attached to the computer.
It's all good, man. We'll get it figured out. So, man, got the F-14 sitting in front of you too. I see.
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of work to it now. I can bring the Starfighter here in a second. Yeah, I've been working on my my wing plates and stuff for that video I did last week. I'm gonna switch cameras again, so you'll have my audio here.
Oh.
Here, give me a second. You know what? I'll stay here. Let me switch back to this. Hold on a second. What is this thing doing? Hang on a second. I'll be there. Hang on. I'll be right
Can
there.
you turn us up a little more, Lori?
How about that?
There you go.
All right, that should get me in. Give me a second here. You got me?
Yeah, we got you.
I'm coming.
We got you.
We got you now.
Yeah, I've been talking with Dustin Holloman, I think it is, and he and I have been working out, because people have been asking me about these wing plates that I made for this F-14. And
Wow, look at those.
here's the thing, these are the stock ones, and for anybody that saw the video, here I'm trying to move this over where you'll see it. For anybody that saw the video, this is the stock plate, and here's how the landing gear, the mounts are mounted to it, and this is what I made the video about. there's just nothing but kind of foam up here to support your main landing on grass. So what I did is I took this plate and I converted it. Let me show you, actually I'll show you this one. This is what the plate looks like. And then what I did is I took and I made this out of it, okay? It's almost, actually I got the wrong one here now again. Hang on. This is they all look the same to me at this point, but this is the stock plate right here, okay? And you can see it doesn't really support the gear as well as maybe it ought to. And then this is my new one that I put in the airplane. I just used the old plate as a template, but now the landing gear, you can see here, it's supported pretty tough by this.
Right, it's right in the middle of that plate now.
So now you can land it on grass, take off on grass. You can have a hard landing with it, all kinds of stuff. And anyway, so people have been asking me, hey, can you make me a set of those? Can I send the plane to you and do it? It's obviously time consuming. So, but Dustin and some other people have contacted me and said, hey, I can probably machine those pretty easy because I handmade these. I mean, I made these with, drill press, bandsaw, sanders, and stuff. But I did cut them out by hand. I just used these as a pattern, the original ones. But now it's nice and tough. The gear's nice and tough. So anyway, I'm working with him, and he's going to see if he can machine these. So if people want to add this to an upgrade, to their plane, it's a pretty easy upgrade. So, but we're working on all that right now. So if anybody's interested, just contact me and let me know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's what you're known for, is to kind of go in there and read. If it's got a problem, you always have a good fix for it. So I'm just trying to make stuff work better, and everybody loves F-14s, and F-14s fly great. They're easy to fly, but and as nice as the Freewing model is, I mean, it really is. They did a real good job designing it. It flies fantastic. It's just that when you have a 4 or 5 inch long gear strut hanging down from here, and it's getting it would have been nice if the plate was just a little bigger. And if you're landing on pavement and you do decent landings every time, you're not going to have a problem with the stock airplane. This isn't a necessity, for the airplane. It's awesome the way it is, but this just makes it more usable for the guys on grass, and if you have a hard landing, now you don't have to worry about it. It should handle it. If you
the whole plate's covered.
And Rich, are you saying every kind of grass, or is it tall grass? Or
well, no. I mean, if you have,
it needs to be freshly mowed still.
If you have
you have to have
look like a putting green, you wouldn't need it. But if you have,
well, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, anything on a putting green is gonna work, of course. But I mean, if you have St. Augustine grass, you're not going to take off and land with anything.
No.
But as long as you have a reasonably groomed grass field, if you go to a grass RC field. A lot of grass RC fields are still a little bit too rough for a lot of these airplanes.
Kind of little holes between them, between the grass. You kind of got little dips, and
yeah.
Do you see what Victor's got there for you too? Victor's saying, what about weight is different on that? Like, how much weight are you adding by putting those in the air?
Well, try to remember this one was like the stock plate. I think was like 93 grams or something, and I don't remember. I think when I made this one, it came out to be like 160 grams or something. And I have yet to
not very much.
No, it's negligible. It's not any, and I was actually meaning to drill a couple lightning holes in this. This is still my kind of test plate, so I may put a couple extras in there.
Right.
I thought about making it out of carbon fiber, but that would actually get very expensive if you had somebody.
Not to mention that carbon fiber is not fun to work with. Actually,
no, apparently you got to have some serious machinery to cut into that without wrecking it. So, but the aluminum, I mean, works great. I mean, this is just a T6061 aluminum, and it only adds just a negligible weight. Anyway, so we'll see. Anybody interested, just contact me because I'm trying to take a tally, and I'll probably put a video out on my channel, that we're going to be doing this kind of thing. And then also the battery tray, if you watch the video, you'll see that too. I made a longer battery tray. Like this is the stock upper plate, and then here I got part. The reason I'm in a little disarray now is because that's what I've been doing the last couple of days is working on this stuff, and I'm grabbing parts. So I'm actually literally in my work area. But this is the lower tray. This is the stock upper tray, and I came up with one long plate that goes along the bottom, and it actually makes the plane like a lot stronger too. But it allows you to put 2 batteries front and back, almost any size you want. So anybody who's seen the videos has seen all this stuff. So, but we're working on the wood tray also. So if anybody wants doesn't to cut all that out and make one, I'm I'm working on that now. So just contact me, you know, if you're interested, and let me know, you know, what parts you're looking at. And I think both of them you can install at any point, even if you've already built the plane. You know, it's real easy to put the plates in. You got to do a little bit of work, but it's not that bad really. So, but that's it, man. That's it for that.
That's cool. So did you get to fly the FMS A10?
No, not yet. I'll switch my camera on you here real quick.
Okay.
So
Laura, get ready to grab me. He's gonna switch cameras.
yeah, you should have the wide angle now. I got to get a monitor.
Laura, just gotta fix it real quick when you do that.
Cool.
There you go.
Cool. So if
There
you
it
can
is.
see it now, I just got this out of the box. It was sitting back there before in the box.
Right.
And I just got it together. And the thing about this is it's always been a really awesome flying airplane, but now it's in a new color. You know what I mean? It's in this Arctic camo. I don't know if this is Alaska Air Force or Air National Guard or something, but this thing should be pretty easy to see, you know, when you go fly this. I mean, it stands out like a sore thumb, you know.
Right.
But they made a couple small improvements to it. They rearranged, I think they made the battery for a little longer, and it's just a little more accommodating for batteries. And then it's got new wing connectors. So I never had any problem with the old ones. The old ones were bullets, but you just plug the wing in and out, and there's no gluing on this airplane. You just have 4 wing screws, 2 spars for the wings. The tail has, I think, 8 screws. And even the pitot tube, you screw that in.
Uh-huh.
It's got some tail fins underneath that they have little locking mechanisms that you just kind of lock into place. So there's nothing to glue on this airplane. It's kind of amazing. Remember you were saying last week how nice the FMS stuff has gotten, that it's pretty easy to get going, you know? And, you know, this thing is that way. But anyway, new wing connectors, batteries a little bit better, new paint job. So we'll have this. The reason I slapped this together, mostly because at Nall in the fall coming up, I'll have this. I'll probably bring this out there and fly it. So
Good. You'll have to let me fly it.
yeah, you can try it out. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's pretty easy to fly.
I've got the big Freewing. I imagine it flies a lot like that. A10s are kind of the trainers of the jet.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've flown them both too. The performance is almost identical. Probably the Freewing plane has a little more on it on speed, just a little bit. But they're both 6-cell airplanes. You need 1 battery for this, 2 for the Freewing. And if you like a bigger airplane, that's the one to get for sure. But this one's just as potent and real nice performance. It has real nice landing gear on it too. That's the thing. It's got very scale gear on it, which is cool. So, but again, everybody's making nice stuff, so either way you go, you know, you won't go wrong on it. But I wanted to have the new paint job out there to fly because I've been bringing the gray one out there, and I know a lot of guys are like, man, I want the gray F-16 or I want the gray this or that, and it's nice when you got one with some color on it, you know. Just really stands out a little bit better. So anyway,
our buddy's pilot Ryan just did that jet a few weeks back, and he was in love with it too. Said it flew really good, and he was really liking it.
Yeah, I've had it many months now. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. So with the hurricane and all, I had some opportunity to get to work on. But I tell you what, it bolted together. It wasn't, you know, it just screws together. And I did videos of the gray one, the original one. I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, or something. And I mean, it's just as awesome. It's just it has just an awesome paint job on it. So. But that's it, man. You guys been talking Starfighter?
Yeah,
huh?
we've been talking Starfighter. So did you get your 90 together yet?
Yeah, I got it. In fact, I'm going to switch airplanes on the desk. I'll keep talking to you here.
Yeah, man.
Let me know if it cuts out because I got my wireless, so this will be a good.
Go on and get it switched out.
This will be amazed how big that F-14 is.
Yeah, you know the funny thing, guys. I got to see the F-14 in person at Joe Nall for the first time. And we were really impressed with the size of it. The F-14's a lot bigger than it looks in the pictures.
Yeah, it's a big machine. I don't know if y'all can see that, but and you can see here's my cutouts for the. I'm making another one here for the cutouts. You can see where those plates all kind of fit in there. I think you guys can see that okay. I'm just fitting it down in there, and I run a bulkhead there, just like my video. I did a big video on how to get, like I said last week, on all this stuff. And I'm going to put out probably a how-to video, although it's all already in the other video already. So, but yeah, it's a big machine. It's a monster. And you can't, the downside is you can't disassemble it to transport it.
Right,
but,
the wings are on there when you put them on there.
Yeah, but you can fold the wings.
Right.
And it's a one-piece airplane you put in. And like all the Freewing stuff is nowadays, it's got a magnetic nose.
Saves a little space that way.
So you can save some space, and you can butt the nose up against something so in the front of the car so it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, it's an awesome machine. It's big. So
And what
but
gets me is the technology behind making the thing work. I mean, it's kind of like
sweeping
having
wing
a Corsair that the wings fold. Same thing there. I mean, back in the day, that would have been really difficult to do.
Eric Quinn, Rich still has the LXP 25. He hasn't given it to the boozers yet. I keep trying to talk him out of it, but he hasn't let me have it yet.
Yeah, it's we might bring it over there. I don't know. We'll figure something out maybe. I got it in sort of deep storage here, so no, it's
See, you don't even need it anyway.
See if I can bring this over here. We'll get this all down here. We put that there. Let me get the nose here for it.
So this one was, how much was this?
This one was $249, and then do you have the product page loaded by any chance for the 90? Sorry.
$249. So that one's going to be what, 3.5?
I think this is like $439.
Lori's got it up right here. Give her a second. She's going to get the product page up for everybody to see. It just takes her a minute to get it all loaded up.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But she will add it in.
What is that? 5?
All right.
8,
What?
649.
Hang on, just give her a second. She getting it.
Yeah, I think it's $439. I think it's on
like
sale
that,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's for the AR.
500.
What is it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's $400 or $500 or something like that.
$549 on Motion RC. Free shipping to your door.
Yeah.
There you go. We got it up on the screen now for everybody.
Hey, can you all still hear me?
The other cool thing on the 90, I love the gear and the lights that they did on the 90mm.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let me see if I can get a strap on the battery.
Yeah, mine will tip over if I don't put the strap in there. I mean, the
Yeah,
battery in the nose.
Gotta have, yeah. Otherwise, it'll come flying out. There's not a lot of room in the nose of this thing, but the Admiral 5000 is like a perfect fit, so we don't really need anything other than that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably going to be doing a 3500 in the 70mm.
I see a lot of them say they're still saving for theirs.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm still saving.
Yeah, I really like these. I've been using the newer. I got the older Admiral 5000s. I've been using the newer ones lately, and the advantage of them is they're small. These
they're very tight and compact.
Yeah, and they're 50C, so they're just what you need, and yeah, they're pretty awesome. In fact, if I can find my radio, wait a minute. I bet you I can plug this in. Y'all may plug it in?
If you could cycle the gear for us, I know everybody's been wanting. They were wanting to see the gear on this one real bad, so that'd be cool to show them the gear on that one because that's got the doors and everything.
You asked
Yeah,
everybody.
impressive.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's got lights all over it too, and it's got an afterburner in the tail too, so it comes with its own afterburner.
Oh, it comes
ring.
with it.
Oh yeah. I don't think I can light it up for you because.
You'd blow us away.
For $549,
Yeah, look at all the lights on it.
It's got to be half throttle or above. Here, hang on. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on a second.
What? No.
Oh man, hang on. I just got to put the right model memory in here. Let me see.
It's all right. We got you on full screen right now. Everybody's learning about.
Papa forgot. He got him a new airplane this week.
Yeah, Papa got the Flightline Corsair. I know you were ripping it up at Joe Nall. He got the Birdcage Corsair this week.
Yeah. Well, did I send you that picture? You guys probably have that picture of
yeah,
me,
where it's
James.
like 3 of them up there. Yeah.
Yeah, me, James, and what's this?
Hang on, Lori will try and get it up on the screen here in a second if she's still got it.
But yeah, I was
Easily
impressed with
it's got the picture of the
that's
3
probably
Corsairs.
the best flying Corsair I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We're trying to find it right now, see if we've got that picture. We'll pop it up on the screen, everybody. It was a good picture. I remember it.
Yeah, there was, yeah, we...
Look at the lights on that. I wish mine had lights. Man, the 90 is just so impressive. That's the one I really wanted, the 90, but...
Well, I tell you, this plane was, I guess it was a collaborative effort. Yeah, that was the one.
We're going to put this up on the screen here.
Well, what's his? I forgot what his name was. He's a Southwest pilot, not Southwest,
There you go,
SkyWest
guys.
pilot. That's Justin Lamb. That's him. Me and him and James, we flew them all together. Alex didn't film that flight. I don't know why, because it was pretty cool. The three of us flying them together, and then like right when we took that shot, there was a plane deviating from
I
landing.
think I remember that. It like crashed
And
behind
right
y'all or
at us,
something.
all three of us grabbed the planes and just you got out of the way. It was kind
Man,
of funny.
I think I was actually up there when that happened. All right, Lori, thanks.
But anyway, yeah, this thing is this
you
thing
can
is
make it
nice.
bigger
It's
now.
got some
I
nice
actually got the Papa Dot James's.
Yeah, Papa Dots on James's Corsair. He did that. All right, Lori's making you bigger so everybody can see what you're doing. If you want to give us a shot of those gear, yeah.
It's always better to be bigger.
There you
There
go,
you
guys.
go. Can't see any better than that.
You know, the gear kind of remind me of the 90mm F-16, the way they did those.
I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same gear.
Aha! You know, those are
Even
some
though-
beefy ones.
Even though the Starfighter didn't really have, and here you can see the here I'll point the lights. It's actually, remember last week I told you it wasn't assembled,
Right?
but I got it together. Like it's ready to go now. I just got to trim a couple of things, but you can see those lights on there
Yeah.
shining right. It's pretty slick. So, but you know, because Sebart was involved with this, I guess this was like pre-alpha days. But all these landing gear doors, if you guys check out the unboxing video I did on this thing, these landing gear doors are all fiberglass,
Yeah.
and they have like these plywood spars that are fiberglassed to the doors, and it's pretty impressive how well this plane is built. I'll go ahead and cycle the gear, trying to see how nice that is.
Yeah, you're making mine look like a toy with your big one.
Oh, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's nice, and then it's got if you look at the tail, it's got speed brakes.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So those extend, and those actually double as cheater holes.
It's gonna fly out of his hand here in a second while he's trying to turn the afterburner on.
Yeah, well, I don't want to send it through the wall in
Right.
the back there, so because they only light up about half throttle or more. So, and you also have these real nice ventral fins on the back, and the center one I think is intended to be glued,
Right.
but I actually screwed it in place. There's little flanges. So.
Yeah, I've got the little dorsal fin. I haven't put on mine yet.
We
but-
got a question.
Yeah.
One of the people says, does it come with all the lights?
Yeah, is that how it came right out of the box?
Out of the
Oh
box?
yeah, this is stock. Yeah, I haven't done anything to this. This is just, I assembled it last week, and it's pretty much ready to fly. I did the CG. It's all glued together. But yeah, there's all the lights you see on there. It's got a flight stabilizer on it too.
What you see
All the
is
lights
what you get.
see. Yeah, that's it. So you got 2 wingtip lights, 2 on the side here, top and bottom. You're probably going to need them too, because this thing's, you know, the profile on this plane, it can probably, and with the short wings, it probably can get away
Well,
from the
imagine
visual.
it half the size, because that's what I'm going to be dealing with.
Yeah, I haven't flown it yet, so we'll get it out there here pretty soon. Actually, I might even maiden fly it at Nall in the fall, just because I may not have the time to get out there because of work and stuff. So, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's pretty slick. I gotta hit the safety here so I don't.
Right, fly it off the table.
Yeah, that'd be some great live video. Yeah.
It'd be exciting.
Hey, Rich, how
Yeah.
heavy is the airplane? Does it feel heavy, or does it feel?
I tell you what, it doesn't feel as heavy as I thought it would. It's actually fairly light. And again, it's probably not a plane you want to put a real big battery in. So if you have another 5,000 or like,
I would think
like if you have
that lightness is going to be your best friend on these airplanes.
yeah, probably. I mean, so the Admiral 5000 is like the smallest size, lightest battery that I know of that kind of fits in these things really well. So
I've been having really good luck with those RC Jetworks batteries. They seem a little smaller and a little lighter to me.
mostly I use, well, not mostly, but yeah, most of the time it's kind of halfway between Roaring Top and the Admiral stuff.
Right.
But the Admirals are so good because, well, actually they just came out with that 6000 pack.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
I actually have one of the 6000 sitting over there.
In fact, actually, that's what I got in here. So you can easily do, you know, this Admiral 6000,
Right.
which is pretty awesome.
And I love the
that-
Admiral batteries too. I wouldn't say nothing bad about them.
It says tell us about
Flight
Flight-
stabilization mode on yours.
unit.
You know anything about it yet? I mean, you haven't even flown your
No.
shit, so you don't know too much.
No, not really. I mean, I think though that you've got to have it either on or off. I mean, I don't think there's a way to control it from the radio. I don't
Is
know.
is it like a Hobby Eagle? What is it that comes in it?
Oh, here, actually, I'll show you. Here.
I was curious
Yeah,
about that because I knew the Starfighter came with a stabilizer on it. Yeah.
I'm gonna test another system here. Hang on.
Lori's making you bigger. Okay, carry us over there, huh?
Hang on. No, we're gonna widen out here. So here, I'm just gonna move the camera.
Okay.
Here, let's.
I know
Let's see if-
everybody would be interested in this one.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Can you see that in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here, let me.
looks good. So you got
say,
3 pots, so I'm guessing you can adjust your rudder, your elevator, and your aileron on it.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna try and shed some light on the subject here. Let's see. It's kind of dark down in there.
No, we can see it pretty
Yeah,
well.
we can see it pretty good.
It's a Sebart.
Okay.
It says Sebart on it, but it's got some trimming pots and reversers and stuff. And I haven't messed with it, but apparently it's just on or off. I don't know anything else about it. So, but
Might be worth whipping that out of there and throwing a Hobby Eagle in there as easy as it would be. And then you
but
can...
it's see, I don't use any flight stabilizers in my stuff, so I don't really.
Yeah, well, I don't a lot of times, but we have a lot of crosswind days at our runway, and it sure is nice on it. Huh?
Yeah, it's good to have one. It's good to have one for all that stuff.
Right, and it depends on the plane too. Now, this one, I don't think I'm going to actually be running with a gyro in it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But there's your nose cone that comes off. That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's got a nice long. It's actually flexible too, so.
We got ours too. It looks like I could be doing surgery with this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, but you know, here's the inside of it and the way I set it all up, and it's pretty tight in there. You know, I've got the 10-channel Admiral in there. They got this nice little pocket along the side that all the wires run in there from the back to the stabilizer of the nose, and then you can see my my satellite receiver. And then I ran some of that shelf liner stuff down in here that I've been doing forever. So, but this is a sweet airplane. I mean, you can see the. Here, let's see if I can get see the lights on the side there.
You see
There's another one.
Yeah, even on the little tip tanks, it's got lights.
Yeah, it's got that. Probably, I don't even know if the full scale had that, but they may have done that just so you can see the plane better. So I'd like to light up that afterburner ring and show you that, but it's kind of.
Yeah, I understand. It's hard to do it.
It's a slick airplane. It's got a carbon rod. I don't know if y'all can see this.
Yeah, that's the same thing that this one does.
Yeah, this
The
one's
carbon
got it,
rod
too. It goes in
straight
the
down.
top.
Yep.
It runs all the way down. It goes into the plastic fairing here.
Yep.
And it goes in there. So, and then I can't. Yeah, I wish I could show you the afterburner maybe another time. But yeah, the landing gear. Landing gear's pretty sweet. You can see up in there.
Yeah.
We'll probably shoot. James will probably. Me and James will probably film this at Nall in the fall. So.
Right.
And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a slick. It's a
airplane. Gorgeous plane. I've always wanted it. And I never did care too much for the yellow paint job, but you got the paint job that I liked, that silver. Oh, it looks just like it's right out of the right stuff, which is why I went with the silver also.
Yeah. Let's see.
The tail of this one almost looks like a Florida emblem to me with the cross and stuff. I know it's not, but I mean that's kind of what that looks like, is a Florida flag to me on the side of mine.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what.
Ours are a little bit different paint jobs too. They've got the white wings the same and the silver, but yours has got stripes that go over the top, or mine's got a lightning bolt that goes down the side of it. So it's a little different paint job too.
Yeah.
I actually thought they were the same.
How many years have they been doing Nall in the fall? Anybody know that one? They haven't been doing.
This is going to be the second year of Nall in the fall.
Okay.
The event has always been happening, but they've called it E-Week. It was always called E-Week.
Okay.
And 3 weeks ago, it was kind of dead there. I mean, but I liked it. I had fun there. The weather was perfect. But they decided to change it to Nall in the fall, so they didn't limit it to just electric anymore. They want to have more people coming for both events.
Mm-hmm.
So Nall in the fall is just like the one in the spring of the year. You're going to have all three.
Yep.
All four venues open, right?
Yeah.
Just for
Right.
everybody's
Basically 2 Joe Nalls now.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So where it used to be Joe Nall, and then there was E-Week. So they just turned E-Week into another
Joe Nall.
full.
Oh, no. Good.
Oh, yeah. So.
Great, we get to wake up to.
I mean,
That's why I like E-Week, because you didn't have that stuff. You'd wake up quiet, and
but as much as I loved watching the 3D guys, do they have to start at 6 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, when the sun cracks open, it isn't even up yet, and they're flying. And then the guys with the lights on them, the sun goes down, and then you got the guys with all the lights on it. Which I know. I mean, I'm an RC.
Hey, you know what? It's RC, whatever.
I'm an old guy though.
Yeah.
I don't have the.
He's got to sleep
I
in.
used to. When the sun goes down, you go to bed.
I tell you what, the 3D line, they know how to party out there.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, they're a little bit. Sorry, my bad. I'm back on. I did the wrong.
It's okay. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to Joe Nall again, and Fall Nall, whatever you want to call it. But
right.
I had a great time last time, and I'm sure it'll be fun now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to go. I'm gonna try. Amy's gonna try and come too. It depends on work and stuff, but she wants to come. She had a good time last time, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, but yeah, I'll try. I'm trying to have the Tomcat there, all good to go. I'm gonna try and have obviously the Starfighter. I'll have the Corsair, Flightline's Corsair, and the Phantom, of course. I got the 8-cell Phantom, so I'll bring all those. I'll have this A10. I'll have a couple of FMS Tiger Cats. I'll have a blue. Actually, I'll have the new blue one, the new King of the Cats, and I'll have the silver one also. And then just whatever else. I'll grab a couple more. I usually bring 15 or 20 planes,
Right.
but
and a big tent. And
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do the tent this year though. I'd love to bring it, but it was almost like too much hassle last time, just because of.
I was amazed how you packed so many airplanes into that trailer.
Yeah,
He's got foam on top of airplane, on top of foam, on top of airplane, the whole way up. Dave's RC, thank you very much for the super chat, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad to see you took long enough away from your football game tonight to come see us.
You're watching football, huh?
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, cool.
Is it that time of year again already? Y'all guys, don't worry about that football stuff and come play airplanes.
I don't watch football. I'm not a football dude.
College is the only thing I do anymore.
Yeah. No offense to anybody that likes football, it's just not my thing. If I have free time, I'm in my airplane room playing with my airplanes.
For me, it's girlfriend, airplanes, kids, or work.
Right.
Work,
like
airplanes, Lori. There's mine.
Pretty much
Retirement, airplanes is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us aren't that lucky.
I found out I wasn't a golfer.
Yeah, he was a golfer for a little while there. And
And softball.
No, I do softball. I'm starting to be a softball. It's old fart softball season now. And
Hey, I got something else to show off here.
All
Since
right.
we're all
I was going to ask you what else was in the boxes behind you and give us a kind of what's in
Well,
the future.
There's hang on a sec. I'll go back to let me change cameras one more time here for a second here.
here you go. Lori, catch him when he changes.
Sorry, I'm changing again. Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, so it defaults to like a zoomed in
I
thing,
think
huh?
you kind of went through some of
Yeah, I
them
don't know why it
last
does
week,
that.
Here, I'll try to slide all this away. I got everything in this room is on
Oh,
sliders.
yeah,
'Cause I'm-
we've been looking at those desks
Yeah.
now after you.
You've got us drooling about the desk.
Oh, it's awesome. I've been using it all week because I've been like working on stuff and I'm standing up and I'm bending down, but then I just raise the desk and it works pretty good. And if you put those carpet sliders, it's not too heavy. This thing's all either steel or aluminum too, so it doesn't.
We did find one on Amazon also for guys that are looking for the desk from last week. Amazon actually has one that's a manual crank for $180 also. Found that today.
Oh, really?
And then the electric version on there is about $230, and there's a bunch of different ones. You can buy it as a base with no top. I know there was a lot of people asking a lot of questions about them last week, so anyway.
If you check it out at Costco, I think I took a picture. Hang on a second. I think I got a picture of the thing so I can remember the
So,
the
Rich,
name.
how big is the top on the one you have? Is it like like a regular desk, one of these
6 foot by 2 foot,
It's-
or what?
It's rectangular. I'd say it's probably 4 or 5 feet long by like 2.5. I'd say something like
It's
that.
It's the same as this, maybe just a
about
hair.
the size of one of these
Yeah.
picnic.
We really did
folding
like it though,
tables.
and I mean, you got us thinking. We need
Well-
to get us a desk sponsor, I think.
Wait, hang on a sec. I got it here. Hold on a sec. I should be able to rotate this thing around. Hang on.
But it makes sense to me because Rich says that, you know, you're either wanting to get under the airplane or get on top of the airplane, but it's never at the right height. But this really solves your problem here, guys. Especially, I get tired of bending over.
Well, the other thing too is I put all my tools. It's got a nice slide-out drawer, so everything I need I can get here. I can put my radio here. But here's the name of it. You guys can probably do a search. Let me switch one more time. I'm going to switch on you again.
And Fred, real quick, while you're in there, if you can send us, Fred Barron, if you can send us an email or Facebook or any kind of about the Stuka part for us,
And I need it.
we want
and
it.
I want it.
Just send us a chat somewhere in there where we can get a hold of you. He's got a Trescenti.
Yeah,
I
that's the
guess
name.
that's the brand name of this desk,
Brand.
guys.
So if you do a search for that, you probably will find it because I could have sworn I saw them online. But again, Costco's got them, and it was like, I'm trying to remember. It was like, which way am I going? I think it was $2.99. It wasn't bad at all, you know. And I
Yeah.
said, you know, let me try that. It's not really meant for RC. It's just a desk for computers and stuff. It's got a glass top on it, so if you ever want to do any building of wood planes, it's actually good because usually you take that and you put down some ceiling tiles, and then you can put your wood over it. You usually use a glass top for that because it's really flat. You know what I
You
mean?
know, Rich, what I always built on, or what I built
That's what
my
he said.
building table
Ceiling
was an old indoor door.
A door.
An interior door.
Okay.
And then when I was building like the fuses or anything, I'd use the ceiling tiles to stick the pins in.
Right. Exactly.
Then after I
Yeah.
got it built, and I was just trying to put it, then I'd put like a towel on top of the building surface to keep it from when I was flipping it over and everything. That's how I built all those.
Keep it from
years.
scratching it up.
See, I learned from the local hobby shop, Graves here. They said, "Oh no, if you want to build it like as perfect as you can, get a piece of glass because the glass is." And they actually sold sheets of glass there, so you could put it down on your tabletop and then put the ceiling tile on that, and it would keep everything. And then you could still put your pins in, but you had a nice, super flat, you know.
And that's the key to building a straight wing is a flat surface.
Yeah.
No doors.
Speaking of Graves, Kevin Farros, if he's in the chat, he said he got to meet you this weekend at the Graves swap meet.
Oh yeah, I was there yesterday. I sold like 6 or 7 or 8 planes or something. Yeah, I sold a bunch of planes because I got to make room for new stuff coming in, you know. So I didn't want to sell any of it, but I kind of had to.
It gets to where you got to have room for something else.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it was.
I'm a
I still
keeper, not a seller, also.
more stuff to sell too, and I have like I also have a few remaining glow airplanes, and those are hard to get rid of. You got to find the right person that really
Yeah,
wants
everybody wants to give you $30 for it and nothing
Yeah.
else.
And I actually got $300 for an F-16 that I sold. It was a prop jet by Cermark, and man, I had that plane so long. Like I felt like I was selling a child, you know, when I was selling that plane because I had so much time on it. I got pictures with my kids with it, and it had a Jet 90 motor. I don't know if you remember the Jet Engineering motors that Dub Jet makes down in Texas, and those are all made in the USA glow engines, and they're the best. But no, I think I got a fair price for it, and he got a really good airplane for it. So anyway, but still, you got to find the right person for glow airplanes nowadays. You know what I mean? Most people, most people we're all into electric now, mostly. You know, so
Right.
all right, let me.
Glow is becoming, not to say dead or anything, but just it's not near as popular as it used to be. I still have a glow plane, but man, it's so hard to talk myself into taking that airplane out because I got to take the fuel and everything else. Whereas, I grabbed this Starfighter, I put 4 screws in it, a battery in it, let's go fly, and that's it. And I don't got to mess with nothing else. It's so hard not to just do that.
Yeah.
And you don't stink when you come back home.
The house doesn't smell bad. The wife doesn't care. When I keep the airplanes in the house now.
Right, and that's the thing is if you keep stuff in the garage, it still goes bad unless you have, unless you have an air-conditioned garage.
Here in Florida, you know, some guys don't have the problem. When we lived in Texas, there wasn't humidity there, so it wasn't near as big a deal. But yeah, you got to keep your airplanes in the house if you don't want the carburetors would rust and everything else out in the garage.
So that's why electric is good, and when I'm done with electric, I don't have to clean it up. You know what I mean? You had Windex and paper towels and all that stuff, and that was always a pain in the neck. But anyway, you guys were asking about stuff behind me. I mean, actually, most all this is done. The A10, what is it? God, I can't even think of it. The Fox glider, the 3,000 millimeter glider.
Yeah, that thing looks cool.
Yeah, I did videos on it already. I've already flown it. This is another one because you guys know that guy Lane from Lane's Planes. He does some cool stuff. Here he does. Hang on a sec. I'll get this. If you guys ever want to go look for a cool plane, here I'll give him a plug here. Lane's Planes.
It looks like what was that old thing that they used to make that everybody always painted it in yellow with the bus with the big fat tires?
He calls it a Norman.
They used to have another name for that thing, the Super Bee or something.
One
of the guys in our field had one. It's got that giant wing on it.
But he's a veteran and he still makes these. It's made in the USA. So if you go to I think it's called Lane's Planes. And I bought this for my 11-year-old.
Is it foam?
Yeah, it's foam and it's
cool.
super simple. It's super simple to fly. In fact, like if you go on my YouTube channel, I did a video at CEF this year, and he and a whole bunch they do what they call, instead of a formation, they do a normation, and all of his customers show up with like 20 of these things, and they just fly them all around together, and it's like a comedy act watching all these things flying around.
Yeah, and it has a huge wing, so I'm sure it flies at like 2 miles an hour. 3-channel, no ailerons, right?
You can make it rudder controlled with no ailerons and dihedral wingtips, or you can make it a nifty Norman like the one I got, which has ailerons.
Nifty Norman.
It's aerobatic. It's very easy to fly. You fly them upside down. So you got to put your own electronics in it. But anyway, if you check out lanesplanes.com, he sells those things. They're cool, and everybody paints them. Some guys paint them like a Piper Cub. Some guys paint them like a Red Baron plane. Another guy, they paint them like cows. Some of them paint them green like a World War II airplane. So it's just a character thing to see all these different planes. But anyway, Lane, the reason I got to all the whole thing is at CEF this year, I let him, he's like, hey man, I need a plane for the spot landing contest, a glider, and it stays up there. Can I let you? I said, yeah, go ahead and borrow it. So I filmed him and stuff, and I gave him my 3-meter glider to fly around, and he was doing a good job with it. But also, when you do spot landing contests, and he's placed really well before. He liked how it flew, but you got to land right on that spot within a certain distance from it,
Right.
And sometimes he would get a little aggressive trying to land it in the right spot, which wasn't really airplane friendly. So, so he beat it up a little bit during that whole contest thing, but I let him do it because I wanted to see how it performed, the FMS plane performed. The problem is when I went to take it apart at the end of the thing, I couldn't get one of the wings off. And what happened was with all the hard landings he was doing by whacking the wingtip, because he kept, he did a lot of hard and asymmetrical landings with it, that two of the pins on one side broke and they got stuck in there. So it was like the wings were permanently engaged. I couldn't get the wing off. So it took me a while. We finally wrenched it off. So anyway, I got another one to put together. That's why that's there, so I can take it out to events and stuff. But and then the last thing I got up here ready to go, or trying to get ready to go, I don't know if you guys can see. Well, I got the Futura. The Futura is pretty awesome. Yeah. I gotta get this thing rolling. I've been meaning to get. This is that. Like I showed you this last time too. I think this is the Arrows.
Arrows, yeah. We've been talking to them too. I want to do some more of them. We've got their Bearcat. Love it. Hey, real quick, thank you, Fred Barron, for the super chat. Big thanks.
Yeah, but this thing's pretty sweet, and I got the Mustang. So I mean, if anybody comes to Nall in the fall, I'm gonna try to have this, and I'll try and have that Arrows Mustang also, so we can fly those around. And maybe the Arrows guys will be here this year. They were supposed to be at the last one, but
yeah, they didn't make it out.
Yeah, they didn't make it out there, so whatever. So anyway, I'll get that thing up there going, and maybe we'll see those guys there. We'll fly that thing. So, and for anybody that wants to know too, you may or may not know, but these Arrows planes I did videos of all of their planes. You can see them on my channel. I did the Mustang, the Bearcat, and the T-28 like a year ago or more when they were sold by 11 Hobby.
Yeah, Arrows is a really cool group. And Ryan just put out his videos last night. There's 2 new Arrows planes that just released on the Pilot Ryan Captain Mike channel too. You guys should check out.
If you didn't
But
see
these were Banggood airplanes, but they sold the molds to the Arrows guys, which is Hobby Zone, and so now they're carrying them in the U.S. And as soon as they started carrying them in the U.S., I was kind of like, oh, they're all exactly the same plane. So I got a few to demo for everybody and show off and stuff. But they're the same airplane. So if you want to watch videos on my channel, you just have to look for the 11 Hobby airplane. But they're the same planes with new paint jobs, and they're now owned by, I believe they're owned by Hobby Zone, and they now have all the parts there. Because it was always tough. I mean, Banggood's okay with some stuff, but sometimes well, you can't get any parts from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you can get all your parts, but if everybody wants to see the videos on my channel, instead of remaking all of these again, it's the same plane. But they're better, they're a little nicer, they made a few improvements, and of course they changed the paint job. I mean, there's like a naked lady on it right there, so you know it must be good, right?
That's right. Yeah, no, I've been really impressed. We've got, like I said, we have the Bearcat from Arrows RC, and we've really enjoyed it. Beautiful little plane. We got them when they had them on sale. They were running a promo.
Yeah, when they first.
They were like 160.
No, 149.
149. Yeah, when they first came out, they had a sale, and they've got a sale going right now on the new 2 planes. It's like $20 off, so they're like $90 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. $104 for the 2 new ones that just came out. It's a Cessna and a Cub.
182 Cessna.
But for the price, they're smoking deals right now.
But they fly on 2S.
Yeah, but they're 2S, which is kind of different. I'm used to seeing 3S everything.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. But the Bearcat, I can say the Bearcat, the Mustang, and the T-28. I usually like flying. We talked about this last time. A larger airplane, but those 3 1100 millimeters are awesome planes. They're well made. They fly nicely. They go together quick, and on 3 cells, the performance is pretty darn good. So I could definitely say they're awesome, all 3 of them. So if anybody's interested, they are a good, definitely a good model. Here, somebody just put up a Hobby Zone.
Yep, hobbyzone.com.
Yeah, oh, he's into the affiliate thing. He's trying to cash in there while we're.
It's all good. It's Pilot Ryan. We understand it.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, it's. I was thinking about doing that too, though. I don't know if I'm really into doing all that, but I may start doing it. Folks have been telling me, yeah, hey, do an affiliate thing, and you can, link things to your channel and stuff. But
gotta get your hustle on.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a little less about the money and stuff. It's nice to make some, I guess, but I don't know. It's good. So anyway, I'm just looking at the questions here on the side.
Oh. Sorry, thank you, Victor, for the super chat. I missed it a minute ago. Lori just told me that I missed it, but thank you very much for that.
We do appreciate it.
We do. Every little bit helps, guys. It helps us get these airplanes for the channel. That's how we afford to keep doing what we do. So thank you very much.
Well, we actually put the money into building this road.
Well, yeah, actually the super chat money from since we started actually went into building our new shop. So thank you guys. This is the Boozer built shop by all of you guys that afforded us to do this. So we really do appreciate it, and I love it. I can move around in here without hitting anything.
Yeah.
Me and him used to have to set this close because we had to, but now it's because we have to be able to hear you.
Hey, someone said in there, EQRC said, that's why I call him King Rat. Well, who's that referring to?
You need to start jumping in and talking to us on Saturday nights on the Pilot Ryan channel. It's a lot of fun, man. King Rat is what they call him because he's got the Hanger Rats is what he calls his group.
Okay, all right, yeah, I didn't know that. All right, yeah, all right, no, it's cool. I didn't know who he was talking about or what he was saying.
Yeah, it's a little family. They come over here, we go over there, we chat amongst everybody. So, the internet.
Someone said, "Are you coming to Jets over Thornburg?" Where's that at?
Not sure. I definitely want to do EJ. What's that in Lakeland?
Okay.
Well,
Dennis Farley said, apparently Super Chat is broken. I don't know what that means.
No, it's still working.
It's just not working right.
It might be acting up tonight. It does that from time to time. The internet's a fun place.
I was gonna say-
Where
Yeah.
our
It just sounded like
speakers
he
cut
was trying to give you some money or something.
I know. Hey, we never will fight them if they're trying to give it to us. It's nice.
Yeah. It's yeah. Someone says looking forward to seeing you, Craig. There says looking forward to seeing you fly the F-104. Yeah, I'm dying to fly that. That's a plane I actually never thought I would fly a model of. You know what I mean?
Me neither. Yeah, looking at this plane, it's never something I thought I would actually have. It was always a dream, especially growing up watching the right stuff and just thinking, man, I want that plane. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I never would have thought they would have made a foam one.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't have.
It's
Well,
like-
even when I see some of the turbine ones, I'm like, who's going to fly that thing? You know, because it's. I mean, not that it doesn't fly bad. In fact, the guys that flew it loved it. The pilots that flew the full scale, they thought it was awesome. It's just you just couldn't get it too slow. You know, you just had to keep it at the right speed. So.
Yeah, another one I never thought they would have made a model of was that B-24. I would have never thought that had been the airplane they'd have modeled was a B-24.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
You'll
Rich,
learn.
as many airplanes as you've had,
Yeah.
just a question for you. Is there anything that you would like to see come out that you haven't seen? Any kind of dream airplane?
Wow, that's a tough one.
I mean, there's
I don't know. You know, it's like they're making so many good ones now, and
I
they're
know.
making,
Yeah.
you know, between the Tiger Cat and the Mustangs and the I mean the Starfighter, the Tomcat. I mean, a lot of those were always my favorite planes. You know, so
I used to say I wanted the OB-10. I mean the Bronco.
right. A lot of people have said
But,
that. I flew with a guy that actually flew one in the Guard or something like that, and yeah, those are pretty nice. They're different looking, but
I want a foamy though.
here I've been dying to do a actually I want to do a I really want to do an Airwolf model again because I watched that show back in the 80s, you know.
Oh, the helicopter.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that's kind of off the subject, but I started flying helicopters when I was 13 years old. So I did model helicopters before I did airplanes. And here I'll show you. I switched.
Okay.
I don't zoom in, but here I'll show you. This is my. Hang on a second. I'm going to unclip this. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can still hear you fine.
I'm going to show you here if I can get in on it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There he is.
It's my circa 1983 German-made Heim Airwolf model,
Wow.
and I flew that for years at air show at events and things, and I flew it in my backyard at the parks and stuff, and it runs on a 60 glow motor, you know, and I've had it forever. It hasn't flown; it's an antique at this point. So, but I was actually talking with the motion guys about doing one of their newer ones, you know, from what is it? Roban makes the newer
Right,
one.
the Roban. Looks like it flies awesome. I was watching them fly one that's jolly good over some of the videos, and it looks like it flew great.
Yeah, I've got some video of my older one. Maybe I'll put some of that out from a long time ago, like in the 80s, you know. So, and I used to love that thing. I thought that was so cool. So, but yeah, it's nice. I may get into that, but no, I mean, it's just, you know, I've always, I mean, from when I was a kid, I remember Corsairs and Mustangs. So we got those. And then there was, you know, Top Gun and the Tomcat. I remember watching The Right Stuff and the Starfighter. So all those planes I remember are planes like they're already making. So it's kind of like, I think most of my dream planes are out there already. So, yeah, I can't really think of another. If it comes to me, I'll mention it. But I tell you, it's amazing the stuff they make nowadays, you know, that everybody's producing. So, in fact, somebody asked me today, why don't they make a 1700 millimeter? Somebody was, for a PT-19. Somebody wanted to see a 1700 millimeter PT-19.
That'd be a neat airplane.
Yeah, it would be, but the answer I gave him was just like the cold, hard truth answer is that to make a 1700 millimeter airplane, you're looking at a minimum of a few $100,000 to tool that thing and produce it. So all those costs and stuff are based on the size of the airplane. So If you build something 1700 millimeter and up, it's a lot of money for the tooling costs and the production of them, because, you know, a company that tools an airplane, you know, they have to spend, you know, probably up to 100 grand to just make the tooling, but then they've got to buy, they have to purchase, you know, anybody that assumes the risk of model airplanes, they have to purchase usually several hundred, you know, maybe 500 or even 1,000 airplanes, in order to, you know, in order to get a factory to make an airplane. So it's an expensive proposition making an airplane, especially the larger sizes, you know what I mean? So, you know, Motion RC, FMS, what is it, Aero's Hobbies, what is it, I forgot their name, what is it, Hobby Zone, Horizon. Anytime they put out a foam airplane or put out a model, there's a pretty big investment to that, you know. So that's why when I hear people say, I don't want to pay $500 or $600 for, you know, like a foam airplane, it's like, well, you know, a lot went into making that airplane. Somebody's taking the risk, and you know, if you don't buy it, then they're not going to make any more of them, you know. So it's kind of like it's dependent upon us. And the funny thing is too, you know, you've got something like the F-14. That F-14 is, what was it, $550, $600 at Motion RC or something like that. If you were to model one of those out of fiberglass or wood, I mean, you're talking, you know, with a swing wing and everything, $1,500, $2,000 more, you know, or even more. You know how expensive it is. So we, because of Chinese factories and Chinese production, I really, honestly, I think we all, and don't get me wrong, I mean, to me, paying somewhere between $300 and $600 for a model airplane with everything in it is, to me, is fair. But it really should cost more than that. I mean, if we were making it in the United States, and if we were making it out of wood or fiberglass, you know, we'd be. I mean, look at Horizon Hobby. They just came out with a. Did you guys see that warplane they came out with? That was a giant scale Japanese World War II fighter.
Yeah. It's like a Zero, but it's not. It's a
KL-61 or something.
no.
Yeah, it's something.
It's a.
But it's nice. It's nice. But the airframe kit is $899. I think it comes with the gear struts, I think, but not the retract. So you got to spend money on the retracts. Then you got to put an engine in it, either gas or glow, which is several $100s. Then you got to put all the servos in it. So I mean, it's a giant scale airplane, but it's at least a $2,000 proposition, if not more, to get that thing up and running. So if we have a plane like an F-14 or an FMS Tiger Cat or this A-10, you know, that is, you know, I don't know what these cost, $440 maybe, $450, $500, whatever it is. You can't build it for that much, and if you made it out of wood or fiberglass, it would cost so much more. So we've all, to my opinion, we've all been spoiled with cheap airplanes.
Right.
While a lot of people may not want to spend $500 or $600 on a model airplane, $500 or $600 is pretty darn cheap compared to what.
Yeah, especially for a jet compared to what it used to cost.
Today I sold, or yesterday I sold at that swap meet, I sold a Sir Mark F-16 I just told you about. That was a 90 size glow airplane. It was probably 6 feet long. It was fiberglass, it was badass, it was everything. But when I bought the kit, I think it was $400, $350, $400, and then I had to put retracts in it, and I put a jet motor in it because it really needed a Jet Engineering Jet 90, you know, in it, and that was a $450 glow engine, and then servos. So I had a minimum of $1,200 to $1,500 in that airplane because we didn't have really EDFs. We had ducted fan and we had turbine and that kind of stuff. But realistically, when you look at like Freewing at Motion RC, they have their 90 size F-16, which is similar to that. It's probably not quite as huge, but it's the equivalent, you know, today. And I don't know, what does that cost? $500?
Yep.
600?
Somewhere around there.
You got to put a receiver in it, and the receiver is going to cost you $50, you know, like at Motion RC, for example, or Hobby King or something. And then you got to put a battery in it. It's $100. So we have all of us, and everybody who's in the hobby who either complains or whatever, we have all been living, to my mind, in a false sense of these models, and I know we think they're expensive, but they're actually a lot cheaper. And when I built that F-16, it was more than 10 years ago. It was probably 12, 13, 14 years ago. So that's $1,200 back then. And when I hear people complain they're upset about a $500 or $600 model, you got to look at the guys like at Motion RC, like Mark and Todd, the owners there. You know, they invest a lot in one airplane. You know what I mean? So, and they're bringing us a model that, you know, again, costs between maybe $400 and $600. But if we built it ourselves, or it was years ago in their glow, we'd pay at least 2 to 3 times as much, if not even more. So,
Well, I
so
built a quarter scale Zero early 2000s,
right.
and if I remember right, by the time I did everything you was talking about, it was 1,500, and that was early 2000s. Today it would probably be at least $2,000 or real close to it to build that same model.
Oh yeah, and on top of all that, you're really nervous to fly that thing,
Yeah.
because you spent forever. And that brings us to the other thing. How long did it take you to build that thing? How much time did you spend on that thing? How much effort did you put into that? For $400, you know, we can get one of these airplanes, $400 or $500. We can get one of these, and the work is done.
Yeah.
The labor cost.
I'm a foamy
Labor-
guy, man. I agree with you. I mean, I appreciate building the wood airplane,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I really like that ease of
Oh yeah.
doing what we're what gets me is I could work all day and try to get the scale, and I couldn't still get the scale that we're getting out of the foamies. I mean, you
Bring
know,
this back in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Bringing in the Storch. Yeah. And it's,
Let's move back
the
to the
thing
thing
is-
real quick here. Stools.
and the
We're
thing
bringing
is,
this back in too for the guys that weren't here
Yeah.
earlier when we brought it in.
but the big deal too is the labor cost. The amount of time that it would take to assemble this. And I'm
this
almost,
is a good example.
yeah. I'm actually, I might even ask the Motion RC guys or the FMS stuff guys, if they can send me a plane. I'd love to get an airplane from the factory, okay? All the parts, everything you need, unpainted, but assemble it myself
I'm
and
glad
show
they're
it.
bringing these things back.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Can you hear me all right now?
He's getting his headphone back in.
I was almost thinking, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
I was thinking I might even ask the Motion RC guys or the FMS guys if they would send me a plane like maybe this A10 or something that's unassembled. All the foam parts, all the plastic parts, all the fittings, everything to glue it, because you glue it together with contact cement. They do that at the
Right.
factory. It would take you so long to put that thing together. You would say, forget it, man. The $500 is a deal, and that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And of course, you know, like I said, you're afraid to fly it, but look at the paint job on these things. I mean, we don't even need to paint them. And in a lot of cases, you don't have to. Well, you know what it's like when you buy one of these things, or you get one, and you have to put the decals on it. I mean, the decals, you know, the decals alone
Take forever, yeah.
I mean, so, and you haven't even built the airplane. I mean,
No.
imagine building the whole thing, gluing all
Don't
the
have
plastic.
to imagine.
Oh my God, it's just very time consuming. So, you know, people are complaining about the tariffs. You know, we got tariffs going on with China, and folks are advertising the price of the model is going to go $50, and it's like, well, you know, what might happen one day is, like I said, what might happen one day is I don't know if we talked about this last time, is that if the price of the model goes up, someone in the United States might say, you know, maybe we can build it here for the same.
Right, and then we make jobs here where guys can buy
That's-
American
That's
planes.
that's sort of the goal of the thing. I think a lot of people are looking very short-sighted. That's going to be expensive. It's going to go. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a little painful, but you know, I think we've had politicians in our government that have negotiated things in such a bad way that all the jobs have left, and it's going to be a little painful to get it back. But if it costs the Chinese this much to make, or this much to make, and it costs us this much to make, but then theirs starts getting expensive, you know, a little bit more, we might realize, oh, now let's say the same model ends up costing $700 or $800. Well, it still cost $1,200 to $1,500 10 years ago. So again, it's the inexpensive Chinese labor and the work rules and the trade policies that allow China to make these things. And man, we are lucky. I think we're lucky to have stuff like this that's so inexpensive. I never, like I said, I never thought I'd fly a Starfighter model. Didn't think a Tomcat was something I'd really ever fly with a swing wing, you know.
No,
so
yeah, I know what you mean.
now we have them and they fly well. We got guys like Alpha in China that they're designing all this stuff. They're doing a great job over there, and they're making us nice flying models. I mean, most of these planes even have to be computer controlled in the real world, and we're flying them without any of that stuff, and they fly so good. So anyway, we're lucky, you know.
Yeah.
We're lucky we have all this stuff. So.
And I wanted to tell the guys that were getting in late, the Storch is back. It's fixed. It's ready to fly again. She's a beautiful airplane. We tore up the landing gear pretty bad on the crash, but she's back. So hopefully the next maiden flight will be much better than the last one.
Yeah, that looks cool, man. Now, how much work did that take?
Fixing it. He started on it.
Building it and fixing it.
Building it, we were about 40 hours in. Fixing it, he worked on it from 10 o'clock till about an hour before the show.
Yeah.
All right, now here's the question. Are you nervous to fly it?
Nah.
All right, okay.
Well, he's lying to you. Come
check
on,
that.
Wesley.
All right, I was a little nervous the first flight. You know, if I fly it one flight, initial flight of did I get it all right?
Right, yeah.
If, you know, that first flight with it, I went, oh crap, it doesn't have enough power. But I was able to fly it in and land it. The second flight, I didn't have enough voltage going to my high voltage servos. I had it on 5 volts instead of on 8 volts or whatever it is, 7 volts. And so the plane took off. It jumped off the ground in 3 feet, was flying out great, and then my voltage on my servos wasn't enough. So once the wind got too fast over the surfaces, the elevator quit working. And the plane just went down, and I was able to steer it and get it away from the trees. As it slowed down enough, I pulled out at the last second. But when it hit in some tall grass, and it tore the landing gear out, and it broke the cowling. But we got it back here to the table today, and Dad worked hard on. He had to glue the bottom of the airplane, got ripped out, but he's got it all back in there, and he fixed the
whole
covering.
bottom from the nose, from the fuse all the way back to the pilot was ripped out all the way back here.
But he was able to glue it all back together, and we put some new covering on it, and then the nose. It needs a new cowl still. We were able to kind of glue the cowl back together and touch it up a little bit to make it where you can't see it as bad. But there's definitely a lot more work in these, yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like if you put like this thing, I put it together in probably an hour. I mean, literally.
Right. That one hits the ground, you go buy another one.
So yeah, and that's the thing.
And or you use foam tack and put it back together.
Or you glue it back together, yeah. It breaks in big pieces usually in foam is the nice thing.
These
break into toothpicks.
What I did was gather up all the parts and covering. What I had to do is, as I was told earlier, that what I had to do is save the covering.
Yeah, we had saved the covering from pieces that, like when we cut out the tail, we saved all the tail covering from cutting it out to put it on. And I forgot where the covering that we used for the blue was on the bottom of the elevator. When we cut it out, we cut out all the blue that was on the bottom of the elevator where it was getting glued at. And so, yeah.
See if you can zoom in on that.
What do you got over there? Jets?
This is probably the last model that I actually built. I did some video a long time.
It's like a Sukhoi, an Su-37?
It's an Su-27. It's a prop jet. It has a Dub Jet 90 motor on it.
Yeah.
And it came in a box of wood that was maybe, 3 feet long by 4 feet tall by 4 inches by like a 4 by 7 inch box that was 3 feet long. It was all wood, and I didn't scratch built it, but it was all built. It was just a box of wood, and that thing flew fantastic. That's the last time I built anything, and it's just very precise, very precision. And that's probably the one glow bottle I'll keep because I hand-made it. But that was made by a company called AK Models. The guy's name is Alex Kalyanov. He was a Russian gymnast is what he was. And he came to America. I guess he had an engineering degree. And I don't even know if his website's still there. It may not even be around. But he built some of the nicest prop jet, kits. and you had to buy the kit. He was right here in the United States, and but anyway, but that was a box of wood when it started.
And how long did that take you to build?
A long time. I have no idea.
A long time, months.
I wasn't the fastest builder in the world, but a 60 size airplane would usually take me 2 to 3 months to build.
Yeah, it was a while. I mean, but I on and off worked on it and stuff, but it's kind of like an F-14, you know. It has 2 engine nacelles, and it's got a center section, and then the wings go on. But you had to build everything.
Yep.
You had to ship everything.
And then
you had a king, no, not a king cobra. What was it? A cougar. He had a scratch cougar, and he loved it. It was a prop jet kind of deal.
Gotta love that.
And I actually have the big one in the box out
King
there,
Cobra.
but it's a king cobra, but it's all sticks, you know, and it's
Right, yeah. And that's, now here's the downside. Here's the downside to all of this stuff. If, like, you guys have built some planes, and I built a lot, I scratch built planes in the past with wood. The only problem we have, the downside to everything is that nowadays, when you're only used to this stuff, you don't know, haven't really learned how to build anything or repair anything. No. Guys, a lot of times nowadays, like if I put out a video and I make something out of wood and I build something, people are like, can you use wood? You know, it's like, well, yeah, you can use wood, because a lot of people don't have the experience of building a kit. So it would be kind of nice if folks could get back into building a kit or two, just so they understand how things are made. You learn a lot of real basic skills of how to shape wood, how to use it, how to do. And then I apply a lot of that old building stuff I used to do. I apply a lot of that to this stuff. But nowadays, guys they don't have that background. They don't have it's unfortunate. There's nothing you can do about it. But guys just get planes. They expect it to be ready to fly, and it's all good. But they a lot of times don't know how to fix or repair or replace anything. They learn, but there's a lot of skill that a lot of us learn from wood airplanes that they don't get, unfortunately.
Just the building aspect of it. Well, you know, I used to, way back in the day, a person would ask me, what does it take to, and this was back in the wood days, I'd said, okay, first you have to learn about your building techniques and everything, what glues, there's not but one glue, there's 3 or 4 5 different kinds of glues for different things, and then the just techniques of the building itself, of how to build one straight. An airplane don't fly if it's not straight.
Well, it does. It doesn't fly very good.
If you warp the wing when you're building it, it don't fly very good. Right, if you don't put the tail on straight, it don't fly. So I mean, that's all the building things. That was you learn that.
Yeah.
Then you had to learn about the motor.
Right.
And
well, it's interesting you say that, because here's where like that kind of knowledge translates to these airplanes. For example, like you said, the wing can be built. You can build it, and it has a twist in it that you didn't intend it. So if you go fly the airplane, it's going to roll on you. Yeah. So you got to put in some aileron or some rudder to compensate for an airplane that you built that was maybe crooked. But I've had some of these airplanes, particularly one of the FMS A-10s. I had a plane that was rolling on me that a brand new one. I couldn't figure out why it was rolling. So I tried messing with the rudders a little bit. I couldn't get that. I tried to drop one flap, because if you lower one flap on an airplane, that'll fix the rolling problem, but that wasn't doing it. Well, so what I did is I actually grabbed the wing, the foam wing, and very carefully, I figured, you know what? I bet you one of them's twisted up and one's twisted down. So I literally, and what you can do with foam, you can't really do so much with wood, but I literally just kind of massaged and twisted the wing a little bit, and when just to get, because I figured one was out of whack, plane flew perfectly straight after that. So there probably was a little twist in the wing from either the factory mold, or it could have sat on a boat in a shipping container and gotten hot, and it twisted in the box. So, but that's something I wouldn't have known if I hadn't really messed too much with wood model airplanes in the past, and knowing that not everything's quite straight. So a lot of times stuff gets bent on these, but you can bend them out. I'll take ailerons. Like, sometimes you look at the trailing edge of your wing, and your aileron and your flap don't meet up, but they meet at the end, like they're not quite. Sometimes the flap has a twist, or the aileron has a twist. But with these foam planes, you can just kind of take the twist out. If you work the aileron, you kind of massage it right. You can twist it kind of back to shape so everything lines up, and a lot of times that'll make it fly a lot straight. Make it fly perfectly straight. So.
Oh, we have a question for you, Rich.
Yeah,
EQRC, I believe that's Eric Quinn, said, Rich, is the FMS Viper, the blue version, a good first EDF? I know that Eric has been flying Warbirds and stuff lately, so would you think that'd be a first good jet?
Oh yeah, that would definitely be a good one to learn on for sure, for a first jet. There's a lot of good first jets. That's one of them. The Horizon, what's that new Horizon Viper, which is actually the same Viper?
Yeah, I still always say the Avanti was a good one.
Both Avantis are good. The Flightline Avanti 80mm, the FMS Avanti, which is a 70mm.
The Futura would be a good one, I think.
Futura is awesome. Yeah, I mean, all those are good. One of my favorites, which I don't think they even make anymore, is the Stinger 90.
I think they still make the Stinger.
Do they? The Freewing Stinger 90 is awesome. I still have mine.
Red
When
and
I did
white. I think they still make that.
Like I did the Motion RC videos, I kept that plane because it's so awesome. You guys were asking me last week what I keep, but that's one of the killer.
That's one of the ones you kept.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I kept. I still have it. I don't want to get rid of it.
Twin tails on it, right?
No, it's a single tail.
Yeah,
Single tail.
Did it?
Oh, and then, well, not really a beginner. Well, I guess it could be a beginner, but the twin tail when you're talking about the Scorpion. The FMS Scorpion.
That was the one I was thinking of.
That's maybe a little more advanced, but I tell you what, that plane glides real nice. Some guy was commenting today. He said it doesn't land right. It's impossible to land. It's well, if you're going too fast, if you're too hot with that airplane, because it actually glides really nice, and if your rate of touchdown with some of these things is too high, a lot of these landing gears now have compression or springs, so it'll spring bounce and bounce it back in the air. So that's one plane. Your landing speed has to be a little bit more correct when you're landing it. But yeah, the Avantis are awesome. The Futuras are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Any of those sport jets are good
but
ones.
That Viper and the Vipers, yeah, any of the sport jets, really, that's probably a better rated.
I wasn't a huge fan of. I flew it, the E-Flight Viper. It flew good. The only problem I had with that airplane is it seemed no matter how I landed it, I could come in and flare beautiful, whatever. It always bounced on me.
Right.
I could not get that plane not to bounce, and for some reason that Viper was really hard for me to land. I know Kevin had a lot of issues trying to bounce and cartwheel across the ground half the time. It was just, I never had a cartwheel on me, but I'd come in and try and, normally I can grease it with the nose up. Every time it'd go and bounce up on the ground.
Someone here says that the 64mm Aeros Marlin is good. I don't know. I hadn't flown it.
I've got mine coming right now. It'll be here hopefully this week, and it looks awesome, man.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'd have to try one out. It almost looked a little kind of anemic. I guess I'd have to watch the video on it again or something. But it looks pretty nice.
It's a 4S pack, and it's a smaller bird, so I think it's going to be a first good one. A lot of guys already have the 4S batteries from flying Warbirds. I think it'll be a great first transition. I do wish it had retracts, but that would have made it more expensive, of course. So.
Oh, is it fixed gear?
Fixed gear with flaps.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. It's probably pretty cheap, too.
It is. It's very cheap. It's a great first starter jet because of the price. I think it's like $130.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's really cheap. So, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I like to have something slightly bigger, just so it handles maybe wind a little better. But, yeah, I mean, I haven't flown it, so I don't know, but it looks pretty good. It looks decent, so...
I'm looking forward to trying it. It looks a lot of fun. We actually have 2 of them coming. We're going to be... probably formation on them as close as possible. I want to get Lori to fly it. She hasn't flown a jet before, so I think it'd be fun to have her fly.
My cat came in here. You got your cat? You got Jake here.
Yeah, we got it here on the floor.
Yeah, our cat's over there too. I see yours is fine. Rich, have you flown the FMS Extra 300? By Chris Jackson asking that question.
No, I haven't. And the reason I haven't
is that the big red one?
Yeah, I think it's the big 12-cell aerobatic plane.
Right.
And the reason for it is because I hear it's pretty awesome, but I'm not really an aerobatic plane guy. I mean, to me, it's a 3D airplane. It would be fun to fly, I bet, but kind of to me, they all look the same. You know what I mean? They're all kind of. Now that one I think kind of stands out a little bit
because of the size.
It's 12-cell and it has tons of power. It's got a high voltage ESC, all that. So it's probably pretty awesome. I'm just not a 3D and aerobatic plane guy. You know what I mean? It's like I see the slicks, I see the extras, And all I see when I look at it, that's just personally me, I just see the same airplane. You know what I mean? The same straight wing aerobatic plane.
I'd like to have that extra. I'll agree though that plane stands out to me like, I mean, for high energy moves and everything. I can fly 3D. I always have enjoyed warbirds more to me. There's something more. A real airplane doesn't go out there and hover and tumble over itself because the pilot would die.
I've done a little 3D planing with small foam planes, and I've been able to keep it hovering and, you know, kind of get control of it a little bit. But I never really progressed beyond that because the interest wasn't there. You know what I mean? It was cool. I'm in my backyard. I'm like, hey, man, I think I got this. And I'm hovering. And then I'd turn it around, and I'd lose control. I'd hit the ground. I'd pick it back up. I'd put it, you know, small foam like a crack yak or something. That's what I had. I flew that around. But the more I did, I was kind of like, you know what? You got to spend a lot of time. The 3D guys even say, yeah, you got to really be into it, and you got to really want to spend a lot of time doing it. And it just didn't, you know, it didn't blow my skirt up, you know. So
I like the pits. I love the chipmunk.
I really liked
then
I
love the Cat 21, and then they come out with the 540, and every one of them looked like a 540 ever since.
Yeah,
like you.
I've got the what the heck is it? It's the pits that's black with the flames all over it. E-Flight made it. Carbon Z Prometheus. I love that airplane.
The Carbon Z, I don't remember. I think I know what I can't think of what it looks like.
But Carbon Z E-Flight made it. Yeah, it was black with flames all over it. Man, I love the way that plane flies. That's one of those ones I won't get rid of. I don't fly it that much anymore, but man, it is sweet flying. It's not really a 3D plane though.
No,
it's
more of an acrobatic.
Yeah, it's more just like scale acrobat moves. Flies upside down perfect, does rolls, will do lump schmicks all day long, but it's for actually hovering, it's kind of, I don't know, it's so short coupled, it falls out really easy.
All right, someone said, Wrecker Roy's RC said, Rich, you need to fly one before you judge. It's fun. I'm not judging it. 3D is cool. Aerobatic planes are awesome. It's just not my thing. It doesn't blow me.
Yeah, we're not saying they're bad airplane guys. No, none of us. But it's not our cup of tea. If you want to know about jets or warbirds or that kind of stuff, that's what me and Rich and Papa are all into. The 3D planes just aren't really our big thing. That's why you never see us really review them.
If a real airplane can't do 3D yet, maybe one day, but not.
If they had a big enough engine, it could do it.
It'd kill the pilot.
Well, yeah.
I mean, sorry.
And we're not trying to make anybody mad. Like I said, there's all these different aspects of the hobby.
I don't do it.
Yeah, there's all the aspects of the hobby, guys, and everybody can enjoy it.
I mean, I really respect the guys that can fly 3D. I mean,
we had a chance to interview Jace, the Ace Ducia, at Joe Nall, and man, that kid can fly
the wings. Actually lost one there at the Electric Fly. If you remember right, he was demonstrating something.
Yeah, but he was like inverted, rolling across the ground and something, and he went the wrong way, and it went.
I thought he
where it fell, the wing fell off or something.
Something happened with the battery. The battery caught on fire.
The guy's nuts. If you ever get a chance to see him, check out his YouTube channel, Jason Ducia. Jace the Ace.
But
Jace.
Somebody must like it because that video has more views.
It got passed.
Did it get passed? Well, it's one of our top videos.
It's one of our top videos. Yeah, 3D is a great thing. A lot of people love it.
Yep.
Just not me.
All right, let me show one more thing I got here.
Okay.
Since we were talking about this before, and I'll go, I need a battery. Here, I'm going to switch cameras again real quick. Let's see if this will work. Hang on a second.
Let's stand up.
Switch cameras. This is.
I guess I'll stand up.
I got
killing me.
I got a new set of these coming in too because there's like a new version. But this this is Guniac RC's Ray over there. These are his center burners.
Yeah.
And I showed that in one of my last videos that we were talking about the air show. But this thing is slick. It's awesome. The new ones are going to have apparently going to have. I think the cones are carbon fiber, and they're ventilated now. So, and they got more lights and stuff. But this is it. This is the harness. This is for the Tomcat. So I'm going to try and have the Tomcat at Nall in the fall with afterburners on it, and it's this simple. It just has a control board.
Yep.
I'll try to put it up there to the camera. It's got 2 connections. Okay. It just has one for your battery. It runs off 3-cell, but you only have to plug it in. Like here's a 6-cell pack, and you just basically plug that into it. And if there's an explosion, we'll see what happens here. Now I plug these in. Let me get the
servo checker. I got one too. I actually have one of those afterburners also. Mine's the light burner version of it, but yeah.
Okay. I'll take the battery and I'll plug it in here. And let me get one of these hooked up.
They're sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice because it's very easy to connect. You don't need, once your battery's hooked up or once you have it, you just Y harness in.
Yep. Your throttle channel.
And they are bright now.
You plug this thing in here, and let's see, I got it right here. And then as you throttle up here, I'm just going to turn my. Here,
Oh yeah, it goes nuts. They're super bright.
Turn up when you get to about half throttle, they light up, and you don't want to look right into them. That would be a mistake.
Yes, you will go blind.
So, and the new ones I think even have even more lights. I'll try and point one there at the camera. But when you throttle up, they get really bright. So it's pretty impressive how bright these things get. And you want to probably
the other trick is paint the inside of your airplane with some silver or something to help it reflect a little bit.
Actually, preferably, I think Ray was saying the better color to use actually is white.
Really?
Because white really kind of acts like a diffuser, whereas the mirror, I thought the mirror would be. I have to try them both. I don't really know, but talking to him,
I can actually see the white being better. Yeah.
Actually, white just glows better. So I'll hopefully have those in the Tomcat at Nall in the fall. I'm trying to put those in here in the next couple of days. So,
what's the cost on something like this?
Yeah, I think he sells a kit version of this for like $40, and then I think if you get them ready-made like this, it's like $60. So it's a pretty cheap upgrade, and it's awesome. I mean, it really lights up the tail cone, and it's simple. I mean, it's just it's a no-brainer, you know.
For a jet, it's almost me. It's almost a have to for
the price. You've seen them at a couple of shows. They look so cool.
They just look like a real jet with their afterburner on.
All you do is take your fan and just unscrew. I'm going to do an installation video. You just take your fan.
We're getting ready to do one too.
You unscrew the tail cone. You put this one on in its place. You screw it in place. The only thing you got to be cautioned of a little bit that I noticed when you're putting these on, I don't know if you can see it in there, but the wire comes out of the center. You just got to make sure that wire doesn't touch the motor shaft. Okay. The motor shaft isn't sticking very far out, but it is there. You just want to make sure that insulation that's in there is not rubbing up against the motor shaft, because that could be bad. You know what I mean? So if y'all are installing this, just watch out for that. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, they should go in without that, but it's just something I noticed that could be kind of a bit of a...
EQRC has a question about those. He says, do they get hot without air going over them?
Well,
the one I've played with doesn't get that hot. I mean, you wouldn't want to leave it on for like 30 minutes at full brightness, probably. But
I haven't had them on long enough to know, but here's the thing. This cone sits right inside the bypass air. So all the air is constantly being blown over this thing, so it's getting continual cooling anytime that fan is spinning even a little bit. And the newer ones have ventilated holes here. So the motor... the air from the motor is actually being drawn out of there as well. Where normally right here, I thought initially that was going to be a problem, because where these LEDs sit, this cone in the airplane is actually just a hole. And that's where air can come out. But it's blocked almost with this light package here. But the new ones all have, and he said it didn't really cause a problem, but the new ones all have ventilation around here, just ventilation rings. And I'll have that to show y'all. And air can not only bypass over this whole thing and keep it cool, but it actually comes out of the motor too and over this. So as long as your fan is spinning, it's being cooled. So there really shouldn't be any. Plus LEDs, I don't think LEDs get too hot.
They don't get super hot, but they do get a little warm whenever they're under a lot of power.
Yeah, but they're getting cooled all the time. Right. And the only time they're lit is at half throttle or more. So when you back off, they shut off. So, you know, if you're here, someone says, Rich, do they get hot with air? Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I don't think so much. And again, I haven't really used them yet. I haven't put them in and run them for any length of time. So I'll have to run one on a flight, land it, and then touch it and see what it feels like or something. So, but the airplane, the thing is, the airplane doesn't have to be moving through the air to cool it. There's just a fan. As soon as the fan is blowing any air back there, you know, it's getting cooled right away. So, but anyway, it's awesome. They're at on Facebook. He doesn't have a website, but it's Gooniacs RC EDF Creations, I think is what it is. And he just designed it to be a really simple, you know, relatively low cost, you know, afterburner for your plane. And it is almost like a must-have. It's just a cool feature to stick on the plane. It adds a lot of.
Somebody come out with a really
I'm ready
inexpensive
for
sound
this.
system.
Yep. That's what I'm ready for, is a sound system that's.
Maybe I don't.
No offense on the sound system that is out right now, but the price is a little expensive for me.
Yeah, well, but you know what the thing is these planes make a pretty good jet. You know,
No, I know. I'm talking more for the Warbirds. The Mr. Okay, I'll say it. Mr. RC sound. I mean, you're looking at $120 to get one in an airplane. It's hard to justify a third of your airplane's price in it.
Well, you know, the thing is when the airplane goes by, it's making, like a Mustang, for example. Guys put a Merlin Mustang sound in there.
Right.
And when it goes by, it's like, you know, it's making this gurgling almost sound. And I'm like, that's not what a Mustang sounds like when it goes by. That's what it sounds like when it's on the ground running. But when it's running, it has like a humming sound, like a purring sound. You know, I mean, it sounds like a race car, but to me, it doesn't really sound realistic enough. I mean, it's they're cool to have, I guess.
They're cool. It's just I'm ready for somebody to make one for like $50.
Yeah,
it'd be worth it to me then.
Well, and I know the money back on these things. It took somebody a long time to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is 2019. It's not 1990, and the electronics are. I mean,
I think if somebody can make one of those. In their airplane.
You guys
you
guys cut out on me every while now and then.
lowered a little bit, but anyway, who am I?
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, someone said
All night. We've been on 2.5 hours now.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
And Papa's been here since 10 o'clock working real hard to get this ready to go and get somebody to see a video of this. So.
Yeah.
Old guys got to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. Actually, when I get off here, I'm going to get right to working on that Tomcat. I got some stuff to do to it tonight here, so I'm going to put it. In fact, this table, I had it there. I was working on it, and then I stopped. I pulled some stuff off. I moved stuff aside, and to talk with you guys, and then I'm going to put it all back on and just keep.
Let me say, Rich, I really appreciate what you do for the hobby. You are a very, just a great guy to know, and everything you say I pay a lot of attention to because I know that you've been doing it a long time, and you really look and you give everybody the skinnies on the airplane.
You don't hold back.
You don't hold back. Just
I
like
tell
the
you
F-14 Tomcat, you've seen a problem, you fix it. That's kind of what I've seen about you. So I really appreciate you coming by to our channel and being with us and sharing your stuff. And guys, if you've never went over, I can't believe you never went.
Yeah,
to
if you haven't
CRC
seen him, we
Farmer.
can't believe it. But
go look at Rich and his channel because he's one of the guys that you really need to pay attention to.
It's See Informer on YouTube. Yeah, I appreciate all that. It's you know, the thing is when I started on RC, I got into helicopters. I started with actually cars when I was like 10 years old. Then I got into helicopters and planes after that. And I would go to the local flying field and I would see all kinds of crazy stuff. And it wasn't until I saw I don't know if you all remember, but there was a place here in Florida. It was called Miniature Aircraft Supply, and they did helicopters. It was Ted and Tim Schoonard and their father Walt Schoonard. They sold Gorham model product stuff. They sold all the Heim and Schluter helicopters back in the 80s, and they traveled in an RV around demoing, you know, helicopters and stuff. And it wasn't until I saw those guys fly that I finally, because I really never seen anybody fly a helicopter like the way they were supposed to be flown. Same thing with airplanes and stuff. But when I saw those guys fly, I was like, okay, that's what I'm trying to achieve. There's a real way you fly these. I've been watching just every Joe Schmo flying them, and I really hadn't gotten really a pattern to kind of follow. But when I saw those guys fly as professionally as they did, I was like, wow, you know, now I see what I'm supposed to be doing. So I had some guidance from these guys that were really pros at flying helicopters. So, and that just watching them alone and shooting video, it really gave me a pattern to follow. And I learned later instructing, that's one of the things when you teach students things, you give them a pattern to follow. You give them a yardstick or something to go by. So, and over the years, just all the different flying I've done, helicopters, airplanes, and then, you know, I got into full-scale aviation and became a flight instructor and all that stuff. Everything kind of correlated a little better for me, and I said, you know what, I want to pass on a little stuff that I know. Not that I know everything. I don't know everything. I'm picking up new stuff all the time, and I learn stuff from everybody. But I just said, you know what, I feel like I got a lot of knowledge to pass on to everybody. Let me see if I can make a channel where I can, you know, rather than selling people stuff like we talked about last time, I want to give people information. You know, let the airplane sell itself, but, you know, kind of pass on the stuff I've learned over the years so it can help somebody else to do something better. And that was, again, the real purpose of RC Informer, was to do all that stuff.
Well, I guess that's what I see. The passion is what I see from you, that you really love the sport and you really have a passion for it. And that's what I see that you're trying to do for the rest of the people out here, is to bring that passion to them too. That's what Wesley and I really did, is to try to start this channel to just
share our love
for the hobby.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I tell you what, I'm trying my best to keep, you know, there's so many facets of model aviation now, but I'm trying to keep the core, you know, model aviation around instead of, you know, I mean, I know there's drones that fly around. There's so many good facets of RC. The 3D stuff is awesome. Drones are cool. We can do even more stuff now, but what I'm trying to keep the default, you know, model airplanes, model helicopters, you know, build it, fly it, make it do what it's supposed to do. I'm trying to keep that as alive as I can, because I do see it sort of disappearing, you know. And now, I'm not saying it's going to disappear, but I think the more of us that keep, you know, this stuff going and try to get more kids involved with it so they can carry it on, because it just with all the legalities and political correctness and drones and all the other stuff, it's been sort of fading away. Like, we've seen model airplane fields shut down, we've seen hobby shops close, and so we just got to keep it going like as best as we can, you know, because I love the hobby. I've always built stuff. Like, you know, when I was in high school, I know a lot of folks that you know, were out doing things they probably shouldn't have been doing, partying, drinking, doing whatever they've been doing. I didn't really do any of that stuff. I was always out with my friends, and we were building things, making things fly, launching rockets, experimenting with stuff. Sometimes, you know, breaking things and blowing stuff up. I mean, we would set stuff on fire sometimes, and, you know, we had days that things didn't go well, but still, we did it controlled, and we always tried to make things work. And I've always just been involved with model airplanes and stuff, and I've just loved doing it. So again, that's what RC Informer really was all about, was just trying to give people some of the ideas and things that I use, keep the hobby going, enhance the hobby, hopefully get manufacturers to make the airplanes better, so when we get them, they're even better than they are now. And so it's just awesome. I love it. And I've been doing it since I was a kid. I got into full scale. I'm still doing it now. It's nice going to places to meet people and fly with everybody. And it's fun. It's been a great hobby. I just wish more people would do it. You know, we have so many computers and tablets and, you know, virtual stuff, but nothing beats just going out and getting a plane or a box of wood or whatever, building something, and then making it fly and flying it yourself. I mean, and that's what I like about the hobby is you know, the airplanes really, I mean, they can make all this stuff, but, you know, it's only as good as you put it together. It's only as good as you fly it. You know what I mean? It's only as good as you make it. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that kind of thing with these things. So hopefully the hobby survives. Hopefully it continues.
Oh,
to
yeah.
go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it better. You know what I mean? That's really kind of all there is to it. So
We understand completely.
yeah,
Well, Rich, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
right.
Good show tonight, man. I really enjoyed having you on.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have to get you on one night on our guest specials where we go around the room and talk to everybody. It's a lot of fun.
And we
Yeah,
thank
well-
everybody for coming by.
Yeah, we thank everybody for coming
I
by
don't know
tonight
how
and
many
hanging
was
out with
in
us.
there. Lori, how many was in here?
We had 100 for a little while.
100?
It's at 50 now, I thought. What do we have? 60,
No.
70? I don't know. We had a lot in here tonight.
That's good. That's good. All right, I'll sign off. And everybody, thanks for watching Mary Boozer RC. Thanks for watching all my videos too on RC Informer, and we'll try to keep bringing it to you. Hopefully everybody shows up. Hopefully I see y'all at Nall in the fall too. I'll bring a bunch of planes. So come on.
I'll be there.
I'll probably be with you guys at the RC Informer. I mean at the Motion RC booth as well. I'll probably just be there flying with you guys. I might bring my tent, but I'm actually gonna try to get away from that. I'm gonna try and bring like 10 airplanes this time instead of 20 and just
Papa
fly.
won't see you. You'll have to see Lori
Yeah, you'll
and
be with
Wesley.
me and Lori.
Oh yeah, so come on.
He don't need to go anymore this year. He's been too much on the road. He's going to stay close to home for the rest of the year.
So,
Not to say I wouldn't want to go, but it's just I'm pooped.
Oh, I get it. I mean, I always have to set up that 20 by 20 canopy. People help me, but then I got to pack it all up. I'm going to try and just bring planes this time, so we'll see. But if y'all are listening to this, you guys want to come out, come hang out with us. We'll fly some stuff and, drink some beers and stuff, and it'll be good. So, you guys there? You guys cut me off? I lost sound, guys. You guys got me? I lost you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
I didn't do anything.
There it
It
goes.
wasn't me.
We got the
Can you hear
problem.
us?
It's not my fault.
No.
Can you hear us,
Did
Rich?
she hit something strange? Did somebody hit a button?
No.
I didn't do anything.
Can you hear anything? No?
Nope. Nope. He's
Nope.
gone.
We lost him. I don't know.
I don't know. We're having mic problems.
Bye.
Bye.
We don't know
See you
what's
later.
going on. I can't hear Rich right now. He can't hear us. So hopefully you can
Okay.
still hear us.
Well, it's time.
Anyway, thanks for coming on. All right.
Okay.
Well, guys, sorry about that. At least it waited until right at the last second to do it.
Well, we're back on again. But yeah.
Oh, no, I can hear myself right now. What in the heck is going on?
It's
Sorry, it's me. Take your ears off.
Oh, okay, take the ears
take
off.
yours off.
There we go. Well, I don't know what happened there at the end, guys,
Woo.
but thanks for hanging in there. The show's been a lot of fun tonight. I can't wait to get the Storch up and get her flying. We got the F-104 sitting back there. I can't wait to get that flying. Show you that one last time before we go, because she was the star of the show tonight. Although we got the other one, but there she is one last time. There's the 70mm. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, look at that. I mean, it's about as long as the Storch.
Yep, almost.
Wings
And
are a little
look
shorter.
for the release on Wednesday. You'll see the big
Pete and Paul.
Pete and Paul.
Pete and Paul,
That-
Pete and Pool.
That,
Can't ever say
that
that.
kind of the same size as the
Storch, yeah, it's got a 9-foot wing on it.
We did a video on it, and look forward to letting that one out. So, anything else, Wesley?
That's it, guys. With
Man,
that,
we had a great time.
yep, with that, we're going to let you guys go. Thank you again. As always, get out there, fly something with your buddies. Flying's always better with your friends. Lori, let's do this. So,
Go by
bye.
and buy some merchandise.
I guess, yeah. You need a Mary Boozer
Mary
shirt.
Boozer shirts. You got to do that. We need some help here. So, you guys,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good
See you
flight.
later.